Thank you. Thank you so much. Co-hosting this event with me today is Michael. Michael Obinyon. Please just take a jog. Run out, run out, run out. Just show them, show them. Please put our hands together as Michael comes up. Michael, is that how we do it? This is your jog, like old Papa jog. No, 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 no. Michael, you will go back. How can you jog out like that? From Interswitch, go back. Michael is the head of sales, North Central, FCT, at Interswitch. Please put your hands together as Michael takes the stage. He'll be co-hosting this event with me. And once again, everybody, put your hands together for yourselves for making it to Interswitch TechConnect 4.0. Please, let's take it together. It's only me cannot be shouting this thing. Welcome to Interswitch TechConnect 4.0. Amen. Who was here for 1.0? 2.0, 3.0. I remember some faces for 3.0. Thank you for making it to 4.0. So we'll quickly start with acknowledgement of our guests. We acknowledge every one of you, but we'll just take out 2 or 3 minutes just to call out a few guests. Yeah, thank you.
Good morning, everyone, once again. You see, that's why we have to be respecting our women of tech. They are very powerful. You know, it takes a woman of tech, woman of substance, caliber, and timber, and all prowess and enormity to bring a full-grown man from the back where they are sharing food to jog to the front. Put your hands together for yourselves. You're welcome to TechConnect 4.0. My name is Michael Obinyon, privileged to manage business and the head of the North Central as well as the FCT, sales, business focus for Interswitch North Region. Once again, I bid you welcome to this event. But first of which, I just want us to realize that, you know, this is an atmosphere where we are supposed to, you know, live better than we came. Do we agree? I know we will agree because some of us have already been feeding ourselves. We have gone to eat, so we're already better, you know, stomach-wise. And I believe attention-wise, we'll be much better. All right. So I want you to, before I begin to acknowledge some guests who will be doing in the course of our engagement today, let's not forget the theme of this event, which is unlocking growth opportunities through technology and innovation. Unlocking, that means we're going to be unveiling a lot of things. Some of us have come here to know much more, and most definitely you are going to know a lot more and hear more solutions to key challenging issues that you can admit that are prevailing in the economy today. But first of which, I want us not to just come here by routine. My fellow co-host was asking those that were in the first edition, second and third and fourth edition, or third edition. Being the fourth edition, we want you to not just live here being an attendee, but someone who has left here making connections. Is that right? Do we agree? All right. So on that note, I want you to look at the person beside you on your desk, the chair where you are sitting. We're going to unlock and reveal information and communication today. Are we together? All right. So the next person is, if the next person is your colleague, look for another person. Switch. You know, we are in touch. We are going to switch you guys into greatness this morning. Are we together? So look at your neighbor, especially someone you don't know. Get to know that person. Unlock information. Communicate. That might be the next CBN governor. That might be the next president of Microfinance Bank Association of Nigeria. That might be the next president of Nigeria. That might be the next governor of your state. Ensure it's not your colleague so that you don't miss this opportunity. Remember, we are providing opportunities for you to interact, to unveil, and to discover new and bigger aspects of your progress, individually and corporately. Please do so quickly. Ensure you know his name, you know his account number.
I'm not seeing that happen here in the middle.
If you are not doing it, we are going to bring you to the front.
Behind.
Ensure you know so don't tell them your PIN, oh. Don't tell them your PIN, oh.
Yeah, talk to yourselves. I'm not seeing it happen
Ensure
here.
you interact.
I'm not seeing it happen here.
Because we might ask you questions.
I'm not seeing it happen here.
Tell us. You're going to
Okay,
confirm
talk to him.
information. Where do they work? Don't share your CV yet. Please. Don't share. If you are near an MD and you're an employee of another organization, don't go and share your CV. That is not what we asked you to do. All right. That was on a lighter note. All right. We just want to recognize some of our guests here. We'll be doing that intermittently in the course of the event. Right? So just put your hands together as I call some names. Just want to recognize some of you here. Of course, we're going to ensure that we encompass the whole environment as far as we go. All right, just put your hands together for Alpha Capital. Put your hands together for them.
Please, let's put our hands together as we acknowledge our guests.
Just acknowledge some of our guests here. Taj Bank.
Taj in the house.
Taj Bank in the house. Cashbridge, MFB. Nisal. Thrive Agric, Tanadi MFB.
Thank you.
BFC MFB. We're going to continue acknowledging some of all these guests, right? So, right into it. Let's move ahead.
Thank you, Michael. Let's put our hands together for Michael. Thank you. You're such a great co-host. Wow, I never knew you had such skills. Thank you. All right, so like we said, the event has kicked off proper. I want to personally acknowledge Oremei Aka. Oremei just walked in. You're welcome, madam. Oremei is here in the house. Thank you very much. So we'll be kicking off TechConnect 4.0 Abuja. The theme is unlocking growth opportunities through technology and innovation. Starting up with our keynote speech. Our keynote speech today is around the future of financial services, leveraging digital transformation for growth. And no other person is taking that but our very own Thomas Eze. Thomas is Vice President, not Sales, at Interswitch. Thomas, please, the floor is yours. Let's put our hands together as Thomas comes to the stage. Thank you. Please keep clapping until he gets here. Please keep clapping until Thomas gets here. I cannot tell Thomas to run, no. I tried it with Michael. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, we can run too. Let's forget all this white beard here. We are all still young and agile, like Interswitch. Okay, this is supposed to be on stage? Yes, there's supposed to be a program here. Okay. While we are setting the stage, you're welcome. This is TechConnect 4.0. Has been acknowledged earlier. Some of us actually started from 4.1, from 1.0, 2.0, this is 4.0. I recall last year, some few of us here, right here, just as participants to acknowledge what's happening in the tech world. And I'm confident to say that we've seen transformation, we've seen participation, both in our network and in the ecosystem generally, and we've seen growth in certain companies. So the topic I'm looking at this morning is digital transformation. Leveraging on digital transformation. Digital transformation has been existing for some years now in Nigeria. It's not new, actually. But the question is, are you leveraging it as companies or as individuals? Over the past decade, financial services have undergone profound transformation. Absolutely, it has. It has gone are the days of visiting banks, filling out paper forms, and waiting in line. Today, we can effortlessly send money across borders, check balances, and apply for loans with just few taps on our phones. The digital revolution extends beyond convenience and efficiency. It's a gateway to growth, redefining how we serve people, connecting with customers, and creating a more inclusive financial ecosystem. As digital advancements accelerate, staying ahead is no longer optional, but essential. That is absolutely correct. Today, as we explore how digital transformation drives growth in financial services, it is key to understanding core technologies that are reshaping the financial industry. Data analytics. Data is the foundation of digital transformation. Through data and artificial intelligence, we rationalize customers' experience and security. Blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Blockchain technology introduces transparency and security to traditional financial systems. Transactions are verified in real time, reducing time and costs. Cryptocurrencies built on blockchain also offer new avenues for cross-border payments and digital assets, while presenting regulatory and security challenges due to the involvement and emergence of novel initiatives, which requires newer insight into problem solving. Their impact on financial services cannot be ignored. Automation and process optimization. Automation being an algorithm that streamlines financial institution operations, thereby reducing costs, which further accelerates customer onboarding, mitigating errors, and improving customer experience. Digital transformation is an integral part of growth within the financial sector, creating new opportunities and empowering institutions to serve customers in more meaningful ways. Digital payment platforms make financial services accessible to previously underserved or unbanked populations. We all are aware of what's happening in our country today. I recall some few years ago, if you go and buy, this is the northern region, if you buy the very popular stuff that we eat here, suya, obviously you have to pay with your cash. Within the past 1 year, thereabouts, I go and buy suya and I pay with my card. I'm still amazed at such transformation in Nigeria today. Okay, that's leveraging digital transformation. By leveraging mobile technology, digital wallet, and collaboration with other verticals of the economy, financial institutions can now reach customers in remote areas, offering them basic banking services, microloans, and credit facilities. This not only broadens the customer base, but also plays a vital role in fostering financial inclusion and economic empowerment in developing countries and economy. You have to ask yourself, what are you doing leveraging the technologies that we have today as an institution or as an individual? Beyond accessibility, digital transformation enables financial institutions to diversify and customize their product offerings. Through the insight gained from analyzing customer data, institutions can create tailored products that represent and respond directly to the evolving needs of their customers, which are obviously becoming unending due to increased level of awareness, literacy, and globalization. This ability to deliver relevant financial advice, investment tools, and insurance options in real time strengthens customer engagement and fosters a more resilient relationship between institutions and those that they serve. In today's fast-paced world, customers expect seamless, intuitive interaction across digital platforms. By adopting AI, automation, and data, financial services can provide personalized round-the-clock support while reducing wait times and friction. Customers don't have time anymore because there are a lot of options. There are other companies that have leveraged technology. If your company has not leveraged the relevant technology, they're going to leave you and go to the next possible institution that has such technology or have leveraged such technology. From automated loan application to real-time investment insight, these enhanced experiences improve customer satisfaction, which is key. Today, there's a section that speaks about customer, how important the customer is. Build loyalty and create a more engaged user base. Enhanced customer experiences, in turn, drives both retention and growth, which are our focus as business. Retain our customers growth in our revenue, growth in our customer base, and growth in our business. Furthermore, collaboration between fintech companies and other industry players is key to creating value in our innovative and resilient financial ecosystem. Nigeria, as I said, is one of the fastest growing financial technology industry in the world. That's quite an amazing. I thought we'd clap for ourselves for that. Banks and other financial institutions can leverage advanced technologies to streamline operations and explore new business models to scale. It's not enough that we have our customers, we are building our business. Ability to leverage technology to optimize our operations, to optimize our business model is critical to growth and customer satisfaction. This partnership also helps traditional institutions adopt cutting-edge solutions without shouldering the entire cost of research and development, accelerating time to present the market new offerings. As we stand on the threshold of digital future, let us embrace this transformation. We have no choice, actually. It's either you embrace it or you'll be left behind. When we talk to our kids these days, the kind of things they say about what we used to know some years ago amazes us. The way they interact, the way they engage. You don't have a choice but to, participate in it. Else you'll be left behind. Nobody wants to be left behind. Nobody wants to be left behind. This transformation with an innovative and ethical mindset is critical for us to move to the next level. Together, let us push boundaries, which we've started doing. We can do that, and we will have to do that. Harness emerging technologies and build financial services that are not only digital, but also inclusive. As I said earlier, it's not enough that you have this technology. Are your customers getting the right service? Are you responding to them appropriately? Using technology also to leverage engagement of customers. We recall many years ago when there are issues with customers. For most of us, that's banking many years ago, we have to walk to the banking hall to get service. Today, you can chat with a robot to get service. Is that correct? Okay. Is your company leveraging such technologies? Okay. You have to provide service using technology in current world. Together, we have the power to redefine the future of finance. Make it one that drives sustainable growth, empowers communities, and inspire the next generation of innovators. This we have to do. Thank you.
Please, let's put our hands together for Thomas. I was taking notes. I hope the rest of us did as well. That's why we are here. Like Michael said, we have to live here better. Thomas emphasized digital transformation. Where were we before? Where are we today? Today, I'm driving home. I see the Aboki pushing the trolley of yams. I stop him. I say, I want to buy yams. And I say, I don't have cash. He say, oh, madam, transfer. How did we get here? It means we are doing something right. You really don't have to carry cash all the time. Anytime you can get services, you can get goods because we have transformed digitally. And who are the pioneers? Who are those that are holding this, driving this forth? Interswitch is one of them. In fact, the main one. Please put your hands together for Interswitch. Contributing so much to us getting to this point that we are today in Nigeria. Thomas also talked about reaching the remote areas. A lot of us have aged ones that we want to talk to, we want to transfer money to, we want to make sure that they are fine. All this is happening through digital transformation. He emphasized the need for collaboration. This cannot be overemphasized. Collaboration within the fintech companies and every other stakeholder, the banks, even the government, everybody needs to collaborate to take us to that place that we want to see Nigeria, we want to see Africa in the nearest future. Thank you once again, Thomas. That was very insightful. Please let's put our hands together again. I'm not hearing this hand, so thank you very much. Next on our agenda is our industry-focused topic. This will be taken by Fabio Abiola. Fabio is Divisional Head, Digital Marketing at Interswitch, and he will be focusing on deploying digital marketing for growth today in Africa. After Fabio speaks, there will be questions and answers. So please, let's be attentive, take down notes, take down your questions. Let's put our hands together as Fabio takes the stage. Thank you very much, Fabio. Jog it up, 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 jog it up. Yeah. Put your hands together. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Oreme. Morning, everybody. I hope you're excited about this session because so far we've gone to Enugu, Asaba, and this session has actually transformed businesses just like yours. So I urge you to be attentive and get these are acts that you won't get anywhere. These are acts that I won't say anywhere except Interswitch tells me to say it. Two things I'm going to get out of this session is to make sure that you are not confused anymore about how digital marketing can change your business. One of the feedbacks that I get all the time is, digital marketing is so complicated. There's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. How do I actually use it to grow my business? Can someone come, please? Okay. First, I always start with stats. Now, this stat is from the Fintech Marketing Outlook for Nigeria 2023. Top customer acquisition channels used by fintech companies in 2023. Now, this is not to say that every other marketing channel aside digital marketing is not working. This is to tell you how you can optimize better. Now, we have field sales, referrals, programmatic, paid advertising, content marketing, partnerships, and events. From this, we see that paid advertising, which is digital marketing. Now, there's a fear of paid. When everybody hears paid, there's this fear. But the paid that we're talking about here, is actually optimizing paid, actually making sure that there's an ROI to every spend, actually making sure that you're tracking every spend and what customer comes in. Next slide, please. The key findings here is that paid advertising became the dominant channel with about 83.3%. Now, this is mostly used by fintech companies because most of them don't have a big footprint outside their physical location. The question is, I am in Abuja, and I want to reach people outside of Abuja. Do I go there to do marketing? Do I go there to set up a new office? Or can I reach them without going to that physical location? That's what paid advertising is. Now, on the second slide, next slide, please. Can someone come get this, please, and correct it? Okay, now the question is, what are the strategic implications that digital marketing can do for my business? One, global reach, which I talked about before. You can stay at a location and reach people everywhere. Now, it's not just for fintech businesses. All type of businesses, you can reach people everywhere. Second is cost effective. If you compare the amount you would pay for a radio ad or a billboard or a TV ad versus the amount you will spend on digital, it is very cost effective. Third, targeted marketing, which means you can actually target. Now, there's targeting in terms of location, which I said you're in Abuja, you can reach people in Lagos, whatever. But you can actually target based on demography. You can actually target based on age. You can actually target based on lifestyle. Measurable result. This is my biggest part. I think this is what has kept me in this career for a long time, because with digital marketing, you can say, I spent XYZ amount, and this is what came back into the business. That is very big for your business. Now, personalization. One of the biggest things that it can do for you is lookalike audience. Now, what is lookalike audience? I look at this room and I say, who are the kind of people that came to this room? I use digital marketing to target them. Now, lookalike audience is, I'm going to say, go and look for another Oremei. Oremei sat in this room, go and look for another type of her. Right? That's what it can do. Now, the big call out I want you to get out of this place are two things. One, global reach, taking your business to the next level or next location. Second is 24/7 accessibility. Today, businesses do not close. If you think you close, your customers are not closing. They are continuously searching for problem and solutions that you offer. Next slide. Before moving on, there are 4 things that every business, irrespective of the business, there are 4 things. Now, I'll start to call them one by one. If you think your business, this is one of the strategy for your business, just signify. The first thing is, if there's any business here that does not want to acquire new customers, can I see you wave your hand? The second thing is, there's any business here that wants to acquire new customers but don't want them to convert. You don't want them to buy anything from you or take any service. Retention. Is there any business here that doesn't want to keep his or her customers? Somebody should raise their hands now. Okay, let me change it. Is there, if you're a business here and you want to make sure that your customers become brand advocates, can we now wave our hands? Okay, that's much more better. Now, the biggest confusion I get from leaders, business owners, is that there are a lot of metrics when it comes to digital marketing. Someone will say CPA, impressions, reach. What is this to my business? Now, I say, first, digital marketing is never a standalone. It's a tactics to help your business go to the next level and achieve these 4 business objectives. So if today, whatever you're doing on digital marketing, it's not falling under any of these objectives, then you need to rework it, and that's why we're here. The first objective is to acquire new customers. The second is to convert them. The third is retention, and the fourth is advocacy. Now I'm going to give some examples. Kuda moved from 650K customers to 1.4 million in 5 months, 115% growth increase. This was done through digital marketing. 115%. That's quite big. Now, Kuda was also a microfinance bank, did not have any physical location everywhere. And I can assure you that this 1.4 million were not sitting within their geographic location. Who else has done it with digital marketing? We see their ads everywhere. It's Money Point. 15 million customers in 2 years. Digital marketing. Accusation. Kuda. Money Point. Now the question is, what else can I use it for? SunTrust Bank. They're using social media to drive customer retention and life cycle marketing. Now, this point I want to speak a lot about, because what is customer retention and life cycle marketing, and how can I use digital marketing to do it? Now, if we start from this place, which is the acquisition side of things, I said, is there any business that doesn't want to make sure their customers are advocates? It's one thing to have a customer come in. It's another thing to keep the customer. The biggest businesses survives on repeat business, repeat customers. Now, for you to successfully do a repeat customer strategy, you need to have a life cycle marketing strategy. That is where social media comes in. Imagine you had 2 products when you acquired this customer, and by the time your business grew, you've already gotten about 20 or 30 other products, right? If you didn't keep this customer within your life cycle, you'll be acquiring this customer again for the second time. That's where life cycle marketing comes in. Now let's go Let's go practical. I've been speaking a lot, but let's go practical. There are 3 phases that digital marketing will help you. The first phase, there are 2 kinds of customers that you have. If I'm wrong, you can stop me, but there are 2 kinds of customers that you have. 1, the customers that are unaware of the problem that your product is trying to solve. 2nd, the customers that are aware of this problem. These 2 kinds of customers. Now, at this stage, these 2 kinds of customers are in the discovery stage. The question you would ask yourself is, at the discovery stage, when the customers are searching for a problem that your business solves, are you there? Are you being discovered? A typical example is someone is searching for a product and then goes on Google and types just a question. I am looking to open a bank account in Abuja with a microfinance bank. Simple. He doesn't know your bank. He doesn't know my bank. But he just goes on to Google and he just types that. At this stage, he's problem aware. He wants to open an account with a microfinance bank. He's service unaware. He doesn't know who offers these services. Discovery is trying to discover, are you at this stage? What digital marketing would help you do is to make sure that you are able to be discovered when your customers are searching for a problem that you offer or a solution that your business gives. Now, this is the cheapest. You didn't pay any money for it. The customer just woke up. Intent marketing is the cheapest and is the longest. The customer just woke up. He already has the unaware of the problem and he just goes to search. At that point, he's just looking for a solution. The question is your business discovered? Digital marketing can make sure that you are discovered. Now, I talked about geo. Anywhere. It doesn't even have to be in Abuja. It doesn't have to be anywhere. It might not put a location. The second phase, or the second type of customers that you have, are the customers that are solution aware. They know the solution they want to get. And they are product aware. They know the bank or the microfinance they want to use. Now, this is where digital marketing comes in. In the consideration stage, it puts everybody in the same level playing ground. The same level playing ground. And when it comes to digital search in terms of consideration, it is the business that pops up first. If the big banks don't pop up first, they won't take it. So at this stage, in the consideration stage, the question is your business being considered? This is what digital marketing will help you to do. I put some ads that you can run, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all. Now, to link these 2 stages together is what we call remarketing. Have you ever tried to purchase something online, and after you just surfed that website, you try to go somewhere else, but you find out that every time that ad continues to follow you? You want to buy a shoe, you want to buy anything, you just looked at the price and you left there, you continue with the work you're doing, and it starts to follow you. If you have, awesome. Now, what digital marketing has done there is pretty simple. Understood that you are in the discovery stage because you thought about it. Not leaving you in the discovery stage, but following you all through to your consideration stage. When you decide to want to make that purchase, I want to be in front of you. That's what digital marketing would do. And then the final stage, the customer journey, is the decision stage. The most aware. This is the stage where the customer needs to make that decision. Now, what we've seen based on research is when it comes to the decision stage, the customer makes the decision based on the brand uplift. What do I mean by brand uplift? The brand or the business that he or she is familiar with over time in this journey to make a decision. I'll use a typical example for pregnant women. There's something called Baby Center. When you're pregnant in the first month, you can register with Baby Center. And from that day till the day you deliver, every day a message comes to you. Say, oh, you're in month 2 now, first trimester. This is what you can do. This is what you can do. Continues to guide you And then when you want to make the decision, you most likely trust Baby Center or the brand that has been with you. Now, to cut it out is, look at your business, reflect back and look at your business today and say, when it comes to the discovery stage, how am I being discovered today? When it comes into consideration, how am I visible? When customers are considering what business to take, how visible am I? And when it comes to decision, now the good thing about this, when I mentioned in the strategic implication, is that cost effective. I can use 100,000 naira to reach about 4 to 5 million people. The question you ask yourself is, after I reach these people, are they ready to take my business or are they ready to buy my services? But most important thing is, these people with 100,000 naira minimum, I don't even have to leave my location. I don't even have to leave. And when it comes to measurable results, after I use that 100,000 naira to reach these people, when it comes to digital marketing, the journey is tracked, which means that if I reach Fabio in the discovery level, by the time he gets to the decision level, I'm able to attribute that it was the digital marketing hard that I did in the discovery level that made Fabio to make a decision. That's the end of my slide. I hope I was able to help you shape your mindset of digital marketing and how it can help you grow your business to the next level. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Fabio. We'll be taking some questions. Let's see, we can take 2 to 3 questions before Fabio goes off stage. Please, if we have questions. One here. Can we have microphone here, please? Another question, just signify by the show of hands if you have a question. We have one here. Who else? You know, Fabio said he's saying things that Interswitch has permitted him to say. I would have said more, but I've not been permitted to say. So if you were not listening to Fabio. Another question. Please, the microphone. Yes, please, go ahead. Thank you. Just introduce yourself before you ask your question.
Okay. Well, thank you. My name is Nekachi Kingsley Anumata. I run a travel agency, and I've been trying to scale by introducing Travel Academy. And I want to be able to utilize some of this secrets you've shared here.
Is that the question?
No, I'm just... So the question is, I want to be able to position my business as the top travel academy, and I want to be able to reach my target audience, which are, students out of school and those that are not like having anything doing. And I want to be able to get in touch with them. What are the rights? Sorry. Okay, so I'm trying. My questions are a bit. So I'm trying to get to them, and I just need like a guideline on the right way to go about that if I want to be able to.
You want to scale.
Yes, I want
You
to
want to
scale and be
scale.
able to reach the target.
After
Yes.
listening to Fabio,
Because-
you are like, wow,
Yes.
I need to move.
So
I need to
you-
run.
Yes.
How do you do that?
And then because the new, the Gen Zs, there are platforms where, you can't really get to them, but businesses, when you have those, when you have your business in those kind of platform, I don't know, as a corporate organization, and then you're trying to reach this class of people.
Our Gen Zs are corporate. You
Yeah, I
don't
know
know.
they're
You think it's
corporate.
only social media. That's what you're saying. But I think Fabio can
I
grab
got the
what you are
question.
asking.
I'll
So let him
answer
attempt
in
to
40
answer you.
seconds. I think if you follow through very well, I really explained it. Your business, as I sit here, is sitting in the acquisition side of the funnel, which means you want to acquire new customers, right? Or reach the customers, which I already explained there. And then if you looked at the buyer journey, I said that irrespective of where your business sits, right, acquisition, there are two kinds of people. The people that are aware and unaware, which is where your business also still sits. Now, if you say, how do you reach them? I talked about intent. you said you run an agency, which means there are people somewhere that are searching for this. Your first channel is Google search or search ads, just to make sure that everybody's searching for anything around my topic. Not even your business, the topic around your business, right? You need to pop up in those things. So that is your first level of scaling. Now you're in the acquisition level. Focus on everything that has to do with digital marketing to acquire customers. Don't be in the acquisition level and you're trying to do retention. It's going to scatter your long-term mapping.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that fair enough for you? Thank you. Question here, please.
Hello, I'm Dr. Edward Achado from Benister Microfinance Bank. I'm impressed with the stats that you put up there.
Thank you.
And the other one about the page automation, I think is SEO, probably driving traffic to the page. I think is quite clever. But I'm confused about the data, the statistics you put there, the 19%, 21%. Did they send this information to you, or was it your private research?
Okay,
Because,
so
content management and getting sales from it is difficult to determine if you did paid ads.
Okay, so what I put the source there. Like I said, the source was from African Fintech Summit 2023, where prior to getting that report, they did a research, and the research constitutes of interviewing top marketing leaders and marketing executives for top fintech companies in Nigeria, right? Like sending a survey to them, highlighting the different marketing channels that they use, and letting them vote or tell you how they split their budget in terms of marketing spend. So that's where you have that start from, and that's the source. I can always send you the link. There's a full report. We can always send you the link to the full report.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? We can take one more. Okay, two more. Just those two. Thank you.
Good morning. Sorry, I like to stand when I...
That's fine.
My name is Abamo Zisibu. I'm a programmer. I work with a company called Friendly User Experience. The solution we provide is to help businesses to better their experience through optimization, branding, and anything digital. I noticed that you mentioned names like Kuda and MoneyPoint. And there are other e-wallet companies that are doing very, very well. What do you think the others are doing wrong? I want to really, I'm not mentioning names, but you point out certain things that could help, because I believe that what makes business to grow is the experience you give to customers. And that is what we stand for as a company. So that's my question.
Thank you. I would like to put a disclaimer that in terms of putting whether Kuda, or there are a lot of companies doing well, right? But I mean, in a presentation, you can't really show every case study. That's one. Secondly, again, is like I said, every business has, in terms of digital marketing, has its stage that we call the maturity stage. The first question that came in, his stage is the acquisition stage. He wants to acquire users, new customers, right? He might be doing well in that space. However, another business has moved beyond that space to know how they are going to do perfect life cycle marketing with digital marketing. So first is the fact that some businesses are not mentioned here might not mean that they are not doing well. It's just what we're trying to show out. Now, to just finally answer your question is, it comes from the why. For me, it's the why. Why do you want to use digital marketing? I made sure you didn't have so many objectives. You just had 4. Whether you're C-level, shareholder level, board level, there are 4 things every business wants to do, right? Get new revenue by either acquisition and the rest. So I would say that the businesses need to first understand the stage they want to grow and they want to scale, focus their digital marketing efforts on this stage, and then grow that stage. I don't know if that answers your question. We can see after, and you can ask more questions.
Thank you. One more, the last question, please. You can have your seat, you don't have to stand.
Okay, don't worry, I'll stand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Yukeria Ileka, and I work with Brainstorm IT Solutions Limited. So my question is very simple. In your presentation where you talked about the acquisition down to the decision stage. A couple of times, organizations, I don't know if it is very clear on the time frame between that acquisition and then the decision stage of getting to convert that particular prospect to become your client now to purchase, because a whole lot of factors you pointed out, played out in terms of the pricing, in terms of, a lot of factors you mentioned there. And of course, how then do you, as an expert, being that you've been in the industry, what do you think is the maximum time frame? And of course, how do we now strike a balance between, monies you're spending and then what you're going to get in terms of ROI and your revenue at the same time? So what would you advise, for this? Thank you.
Thank you. Very interesting question, but I would answer very simply. So first thing I say is there's no template. That's what I've learned, right? When I mean there's no template, the timeline between acquiring a new customer to conversion is based on the model that you draw for your business. You're not going to take the same thing to another business. You need to understand the customer lifetime cycle of your business first, right? You sit back, understand, and now that is also not a digital marketing aspect only, right? There are other ways you acquire new customers. You understand from acquisition till conversion, what is the average across? Then you start to say, okay, digital marketing is doing 2 days lesser than field sales, or is doing 1 week lesser than this. That's fair. So the first answer to your question is there's no template. You need to understand your model. That's why you need to be very data-driven to understand each of the data that comes in. Now, the second answer to your question again, if I get it well, is in terms of revenue, looking at how much you're spending and how much you're getting out, right? Now, it's also no template, but I'll give you a simple model to understand. With digital marketing, there's attribution, because everything that happens with digital marketing happens online, right? There's attribution that attributes from the first click. We use click in digital marketing because that's when the action takes place. From the first click, the first time I got exposed to your digital marketing communication, I place a click to it. With a good data-driven attribution, even if Fabio comes back 6 months later, 4 months later, after placing the first click, and comes 9 months later to then convert, I'm going to be able to know that Fabio saw my digital marketing ad on Google and clicked on it, didn't do anything for 4 months, comes back in 4 months, and then takes an action, right? I'm going to be able to know. Now, I then look at a cohort of everybody that clicks from Google, Facebook, whatever case, and what is the timeline at which they actually make some conversion. Let me say Fabio did Google 3 days. Someone did Facebook 30 minutes. My optimization just says, Fabio, spend more money on Facebook because it is converting higher. Now, because it's also a digital business, I'm able to say that it cost me, if I use an example, for digital marketing, we do a minimum of 5x, which means that for every 1 naira I use to get a customer, the customer must bring in 5 times the revenue. Now, it all depends on your business and what you have targeted, right? It could be an high-end business that you need to spend 150,000 naira to convert the CEO of the biggest company to take a decision, right? However, what you then look at is how much business. Now, because it's also a digital marketing, digital business, 2 things. One, how much it costs you to bring this guy to take an action into your business. For digital marketing, we do a minimum of 5x, which means channel is every 1 naira quality kind of get a customer. The channel might be driving 5 times the revenue. Now, it all depends on your business and what you have targeted. But in terms of a high-end business that you need to spend 150,000 naira to convert
Fabio
the CEO of the
Abiola. Please
biggest
let's put our
company
hands
to take a
together
decision, right?
for Fabio.
However,
Fabio is divisional
what you then
head,
look at is
digital
how much
marketing
business. Now, because it's also a digital
I'm not
marketing,
hearing
digital
your
business,
answers.
2
Put
things.
those
One,
hands together.
how
I
much
saw all
it
of
costs
you
to bring this guy to take
jotting.
an action into your business.
It's as
For
if
digital
he's
marketing,
trying.
we do
Thank you
spend
very
minimum
much.
of
Thank you.
5x.
There's so much
channel
participation.
is every
And I
1
see that
naira quality kind
we
of
did
getting
well
customer.
choosing
The
this.
channel might be driving 5 times the revenue. Now, it all depends on your business and what you of targeted, but in
opportunities,
terms of revenue.
new technology and innovation. Thank you very much for taking our time once again to be here. We still have a couple of activities for the day. We have product presentations, we have a fireside chats, we have panel discussions, right? But right away, we're going to just skip the fireside chats for a bit and move on to our first feature product presentation. That will be taken by Olawale Olowo. Wale, jog it up, jog it up, jog it up. Let's put our hands together as Wale takes the stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tina. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My assumption is that everybody will be glad to hear me speak. So once again, good morning, everyone. Good morning. So it was a great time having Fabio speak. I guess he has given you some insight to how to grow your business. But quickly, before I tell you who I am, I want to give you a story which I believe should be interesting to everyone here. So recently, there was a case of fraud. About 500 million was moved from an MFB account. That's $500 million. What happened? So when we went into investigation, there seems to be a case of an internal person within the midst. But usually when we talk of security, everybody assumes scammers, outsiders, being the actor. We usually forget that there are internal actors playing one role or the other. So this, while we're investigating, the case was a case of the internal actors. Probably it was so, he left his system unchecked, but somehow somebody got access to their mobile application platform where they changed credentials, changed email of a customer, changed the phone number at different points. So the email server has a different, is a different system. The SMS gateway have a different system. But phone numbers, emails were changed. So that customer's account, when notification was to come, the customer will not get any notification. Somebody else is getting the notification until that amount was moved. But our system was notifying the bank that a huge transaction was leaving your account. But it was weekend. Everybody decided to ignore emails. They were not checking their system. They were not following. Even the ones that saw the emails did not do anything. 500 million. Probably is a small money to some people, but I'm sure some MFB, they will close down. Do you agree with me? So based on that, we went in-house to decide to build something our system was notifying the bank, that's what I'm talking about, that which is known as a huge transaction was leaving your account. But so it was weekend Switch Secure. One, before I go into that product, I forgot, I have not told you who I am. My name is Olawale. I work in Interswitch as a business development manager for the mobile financial service unit. Quickly, what do? We are the unit responsible for building digital channels for financial institutions. We build mobile apps, internet banking apps, as well as build solutions that is integrated into those platforms so that you can make money and as well you can provide services for your customer. Thank you for having me speak to you. But back to the products of the day. Switch Secure. Oh, somebody's clapping for me. Thank you, please. I like to hear that. Thank you very much. So, Switch Secure. So, this is a two-factor authentication solution which we've introduced into our data banking solutions. So, what this means is that for your administrative team, this system can be integrated to all your banking solutions so that it provides another level of authentication for your staff. So that, let's say, for instance, they want to log into any system, whether your core banking system, server-side system, they get a prompt to use the two-factor authentication to authenticate their login. So that somebody else, even if you get hold of their credentials, that two-factor system is sitting on somewhere else. Then Then when somebody actually gets hold of everything, then you know that this person is intentional about letting the system, the breach happen. So this is a solution which we've made available where your staff can use to authenticate all logins. And as well, you can as well embed it to your digital solutions so that your customers that want to do large volume transactions will be able to authenticate those transactions before it is approved. We need to ensure that your funds, your customer funds are safe. So we are helping you as Interswitch to ensure all those loopholes that is being taken advantage of by scammers, whether external, whether internal, it's blocked. So this, like I mentioned, it's a 2FA solution that, yes, will definitely work to prevent cyber threats and provides you medium to protect your system. And we are going to be giving you a white label solution that will be in your company identity. It will be deployed to your company Play Store, iOS store, so that your customers or your staff can download and authenticate themselves whenever they need to access your system. So, like you can see on the screen, these are the key features of the platform. And we ensure that this is compliant. So this is close to what Interswitch use internally, but this is us not saying that, oh no, we need to assist this financial institution at least protect their system and decide to make it available for your use. But when I was introducing myself, I mentioned that I work with the Mobile Financial Service Unit. So I will quickly want to just give you a bit of something else that we have for you. So for MFBs, we've decided to build some white label solutions for MFB, that's mobile banking as a service. Many of you, you've been here before, I think I've spoke about it, where we can give you mobile application, stand-alone mobile application for your use. And whatever name, brand identity you want to call it is going to be available for you to use at a very small rate. In fact, this period, we've decided to say in this period of this TechConnect we're doing, we are going to give you a subsidized rate, a promotional campaign of 40% off that amount. So it is a solution that can be readily deployed for your use in like 4 months. Imagine having a mobile banking app deployed for your customer to start transacting with in 4 months' time. Yes, this is possible. There are already organizations seated there using it and across the country. So we are going to be available behind to speak more about these various solutions. And you can reach out to me anytime after the whole presentation to ask your questions and hear more, have more understanding of what these different solutions that I've mentioned are all about. So thank you for your time. Thank you. We appreciate your presence here. Once again, thank you very much.
Please, another round of applause for Lawalino. All right, we're going forth with the event, and I know some of us have a lot of questions. Two-factor authentication on all that he has presented. But kindly reserve your questions. We're going to have, sessions where, breakout sessions, you could engage subject matter experts at the back and have all your questions addressed accordingly. Please write your questions down. Take notes, because we're here to resolve and solve problems. Praise God. I always hear, when it comes to problem, and people will always attend, they have to remember God, because there are some problems that are spiritual, despite being technical. All right? All right. We move forward. Okay. But please, we would like to, just appeal to some of us that are standing at the back. We're trying to make more, an arrangement is in place to get more chairs to fill in some spaces, because apparently most of all the event platforms are being used, concurrently. So we have to make those arrangements, and chairs will come in accordingly. Kindly bear with us. Just, the exercise is just for a few minutes, and then you'll be you get a seat. All right, so let's move on to the next item. Let's not forget, we're here to provide technology, right, to address, a lot of business opportunities, unlocking growth opportunities through technology and innovation. So there are a lot of interesting products, right, we just want to showcase briefly so that, you can broaden your horizon and perspective on what avails out there to digitize and automate how you do business today and leverage on those opportunities and generate more revenue, take you to where you are supposed to be. Because, like they say in local parlance, not let market run past you so that they don't go forget you. So we are here to partner with you and to make that happen. But on this note, I want to call on Mr. Chijoke Eze to come and tell us about fraud management. Today, there are a lot of interesting things happening, that has to do with innovation. But let's not forget, as you innovate, right, people too are innovating ways, right, to make money illegitimately from what you're innovating. So to block those loopholes, to ensure that you are secure, safe, and they are well guarded, we prefer solutions to ensure that you remain progressive without having to lose money. So please put your hands together and make welcome Chijoke Eze to come and present on the fraud management solution. Please put your hands together, put your hands together. There's a lot of things going on, but he would help us.
All right, good morning, everyone. It's good to be here with you to discuss a technology that we all need, all right, to stay ahead of fraud. Thank you. All right, because of my limited time, I will just run through this product, all right? So before then, my first 5 slides talk about the fraud statistics in Nigeria, and this report is from NIBS, all right? If you need detail of this, you could liaise with me after now, and then I'll share that with you, all right? So if you look at this screen, it says industry fraud trend in the last 5 years. So we're looking at 2019 to 2023. Fraud count in the last 5 years. So if you look at the year 2023, it says that there were 95,620. Okay. So I have 95,620 attempts, fraudulent attempts. So while some of us are thinking nothing is happening, there are people, all right, trying to hack into your customers' account, trying to gain access into your business, trying to breach your data, and then come back to sell those data as ransomware to you, all right? So 95,620 times. And if you do the math, you divide this by 365, you're going to be getting about 270. So on a daily basis, you have 270 times people trying to gain access. And there are so many ways they want to do. They want to go to social media. They want to create fake account and talk to you or talk to your friends and tell them, it is me. Don't you know me again? And then get some details. They want to create all manner of platform. They want to send emails to you, which we call phishing emails. They want to send voicemail, which we call vishing. Okay? They want to send SMS, which we call smashing. So different ways they want to get your attention and get those details. And then if you look at this other screen, 2023 to be specific, it says in 2023, 17.6 billion naira was lost. 17.67 billion naira was lost. It's quite huge. All right? The next slide talks about fraud by channel from 2022 versus 2023. So it tells us the different channels that these guys were actually trying to reach out to you, and that is what they are still doing. Mobile, web, and then you have POS, you have internet and banking, you have e-commerce, you have ATM. You can imagine ATM is very minute there. Nobody wants to go to the ATM today and they're slotting cards because the camera is there. They want to sit in the comfort of their homes and begin to do their fictitious, all right, send mails and the rest. So the highest, the channel with the highest number of attack is mobile, web, POS. And so as business, you need to now be thinking, what technology do I need that would cater and make sure that these all channels are captured, all right? And that's what we're going to be talking about in the next few minutes. All right, attempted fraud amount 2022 versus 2023. I talked about this in 2022. 16.4 billion was lost. In 2023, 19.7 billion was lost. There's this saying I always say, okay? Staying in business is not a necessity, all right? But it's a competitive advantage. If you want to stay in business, my previous speaker said, so many institutions today are folded up because of attack. All right, he made mention of 500 million naira. Imagine that is taken off from your business. All right, that would really distort you. All right, so if you look at this part of the slide, it said with fraud value increasing by 62% from 35 billion in Q1. So in Q1 2024, financial sector had already lost 35 billion. And then in Q2, it says it got increased from 35 to 56 billion. So you do the math, 35 from 56. That's about 21 billion lost in Q2. And it's still happening. It's still happening. You don't want to be run out of business. You want to make sure you are secured. All right? Just quick talk about the first product on my list, and that's Interswitch Security as a Service. Interswitch, that is what you need to protect your business. Interswitch Security as a Service is a fraud detection and risk management solution designed for financial institutions. And what does it use? It leverages on advanced analytics, machine learning, and real-time monitoring. As the bad guys are on the other side committing the fraud, the system on this other side is monitoring on a real-time basis. We've had scenarios. In fact, one of the days, my team called one of the banks and said, this is what is about to happen. And quickly, they were able to close that gap. And they got back to my team, and we're appreciating them. This is what you need to stay ahead of fraud. This is what you need to protect your business. It's rule-based, has behavioral technology, has the machine learning capability, and has advanced artificial intelligence embedded into it. It has the anti-money laundering. Some of you're looking for an anti-fraud solution that can help you address some specific cadre of people. Yes, the solution has that ability to be able to monitor or screen those guys. Report analytics, very important, very important. You're looking for a system that has very flexible and comprehensive reporting, such that you will be able to, because it's from the data, you want to take some business decision. This solution has that capability, and that is what you need. What are some of the features it has? Comprehensive fraud detection, I talked about it. AI-driven and machine learning capabilities. Internal fraud prevention. Internal fraud, this is one of the biggest today. Internal fraud prevention. People are busy protecting and securing external attack, not knowing that one of the biggest threats is what? Internal employee. Recently, we heard of one of the big four financial institutions lost about 40 billion. 40 billion. Internal fraud prevention. You're looking for a solution that has this capability. Global compliance and flexibility. AML module, that's the module I talked about. Customizable rule engine. A security solution that can protect you on all the channels, whether mobile, whether POS, whether internet banking, web, any of this channel. ISAS, Interswitch Security as a Service, has every capability to do that. All right, I'll just quickly run to the next, all right, and that's payment control. So in Interswitch, because enabling our customers' business and transaction is of highest priority to us, So what we do is to make sure that we provide you with cutting and leading technology to be able to stay ahead of business. And one of the solutions is payment control. So while you as the bank, the fintech, you're protecting from external attack, you're also enabling your customers, right? So that they can also take certain measures, certain security measures. And this product talks about, it's a proactive fraud prevention solution. So how does it work? It's a service that can be integrated to your mobile application. And then your customers, on the other hand, they can decide to take certain controls. They can decide to block their card in the event that they've misplaced their card, such that whoever picks that card is not able to use it. They can decide to block any of the channels, web, POS, ATM, they can use it. They can decide to control where they want to transact from, Nigeria or other country. Yes, the capability is on the solution. They can decide to choose which currency they want to make withdrawal. Yes, this solution has that capability. A lot of capabilities this solution has. You're equipping your customers. We've had situations where customers just start getting debit alerts on their phone, and they try to reach help desk, customer care of their financial organizations, and they are not able to reach them instantly. With this solution, your customers are able to treat and make those controls before getting to the bank. And of course, it's also an income generation for you. Your customers can and will be willing to pay for this service, all right? Quickly move to Cypher Trust data security. We understand and we know that last year, 2023, July, the president signed into law, data security privacy. So as long as you're in custody of customers' data, there are laws and regulations guiding how this data is accessed, how this data is stored, and how this data are processed. And what you need at this time, of course, it's not a news. Many of us, we've heard so many organizations that have been attacked by external breaches and their data taken. And then the next thing is, they are being told you have to pay a certain amount to be able to get back your data. And some of these data, when they are taken, they go to sell them in the black web or in the dark web, okay? And then people go there, get this data, and then begin to, siphon these customers. But then you don't want the regulation to come on you. You want to make sure you protect your end. You want to make sure you protect your data. You want to make sure you protect your customer. Data is life, okay? As long as you're in custody of customers' transaction, you have their data. It behoves on you to protect them. And what are the features of this solution? Data security is a comprehensive, scalable platform developed by one of our strategic partner, Thales. We've been in this strategic partnership for more than 2 decades now, all right? And that it provides advanced data protection solution for your organization. You don't know where your data are. I don't know where the data is. I don't know anything. As long as this solution is plugged to your environment, it's able to discover where those data sits. And then after discovering, it's able to classify those data. Of course, the solution is policy-driven. And once it does that, it's able to protect them. What are the protection that this solution offers? Database protection, full database encryption, or column database encryption, file protection encryption, protection against ransomware attack, all right, and so much more. And this is what you need to be able to stay ahead of fraud and cyber attacks. And still on this solution, I talked about it. 3 major things this solution does. It discovers your data, classifies them, protects your data, and gives you control. My application today sits on different cloud environments. And then maybe this is you, and then you have several admin with different accesses to this different cloud environment. The good thing about the solution is that it can centralize those accesses, those control. And then, so nobody can at any time access any of this environment to access your data. The solution has the capability to handle that. All right? I think I'm coming to the end of my presentation, still on this solution. I talked about this. Discovery and classification, ransomware protection, database protection, structured, unstructured database, application, data protection, tokenization and masking, all right? Enterprise, key management, secret management. This solution has the capability to protect you and make sure that you're secured from the regulators coming after you, and also protect your business. I would bring this presentation to a close and then hope to have questions from anyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for Chijioke.
All right. Okay, so before I step down,
About the discount.
because we have a very special package for us here, and so what we do is we've had this section in different locations, and so Abuja has to also benefit from this. All right, so what we're doing is we have our anti-fraud solution, which is the ISAS, and that we're given 50% off for everyone that would come on board between now and December. So between now and December, you have 50% off. If you need more information about this, you can see me, or you can see Ayo, or you see Michael, and then we can take this further. This is an opportunity I would appeal to everyone here to dive into it, all right? Thank you.
Don't miss it. Don't miss this opportunity. Who else can do this but Interswitch? Please, let's put our hands together. Thank you very much, Chijioke. Chijioke is available at the back. Fabio is also available. Olawale is available for every of our product presentations. Questions? Okay. Orema, you said we should take one. One question. First person. Thank you. Microphone, please. We have one person here.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chijioke. My name is Israel Mwabisi from Naisal Microfinance Bank. So my question is just basically the features of the product. And I can see there you mentioned the NDPR, that's National Data Protection, and then the PCI DSS. So does it mean that if you onboard us or will get this product, this solution, the certification is covered? Yes.
All right, so what I mean is the solution meets the requirements of those regulators, all right? I hope you understand.
The solution
Yes,
is PCI DSS compliant.
That is what it means.
Yes. We are not the certifiers. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Chijioke. A round of applause, please. So once again, thank you to everyone that has made it here physically. We want to acknowledge our online attendees as well. We have a lot of people. We are streaming this event live. We have a lot of people that are watching online. Shout out to all of them. Can we just say shout out to our online guys, right? So please drop your questions online. We'll be taking them sometime during the event or after the event. Also, you would see these cards on your table, right? And there's a barcode just behind it. You want to get more information on some of the products we have showcased, please just scan the barcode behind, right? You'll be asked for your details, but you need to fill that in, and then you could make inquiries from that. Thank you very much. We'll be moving next to our fireside chats. I'm excited about this one, especially because of the people that we'll be discussing with here. And our moderator for the fireside chat is Oluwatoyin Fashakin. Toyin is Head Payment Services at Interswitch. Please let's put our hands together for Oluwatoyin as she makes the stage. Thank you. I cannot tell Toyin to jog up. Be like me.
No, you can't. Good morning, everybody. You're welcome to today's event. We're glad to have you, and thank you for the time that you have spent so far. Okay, so we're jumping right into the fireside chats, and what we're looking at today is harnessing collaborative partnerships and technology innovations to drive growth within the financial services sector. Right. So in that topic, we have got some very keywords there. We have innovation. We also have collaborative partnerships. Those are the keywords that are jumping at us. And I want us to look at what has been happening in the business side of things. Today, we know that collaborative partnerships have existed for a very long time now in different sectors. I'm going to take you through what is happening in the auto world. So in the auto world, we know that Toyota is a brand that everybody's aware of in Nigeria. But it would interest you that Toyota uses the engine of BMW for some of their cars. That's a very interesting fact. And also, Toyota uses JBL's electric system for their cars as well. So this tells us that there is a partnership in place in the auto world. Same thing happens when you move to the tech world, but I'll be talking from your laptop or your personal computer. Everybody in this room has something that they use for work to deliver productivity. So in that computer that you're holding, you have something called the central processing unit, which is what drives all the information and all the instructions that you send to that machine. And there is another side of it, which is the operating system. That is where you see, where you interact with. But it will interest you as well that for the laptop that you have, whether it's an HP laptop or it's a Lenovo laptop, the components are made from different people. The hard casing is done by Lenovo for the Lenovo product. The OS can be from Windows, which is sponsored by Microsoft. Then the CPU itself, that's what is processing your information, is done by Intel. That is another partnership that has played out successfully in the tech world. So today, we're bringing it down to financial services to say, can this also work for us here? And if so, how can that happen? So we're going to be having this conversation with two thought leaders in the industry. I'll just read out the profile of the first person. The first person, his name is Mr. Abiola Jimo. Mr. Abiola Jimo is the co-founder and the co-CEO of Exchange Box Payment Services. And he's also the co-founder of PayRep Microfinance Bank Limited. Mr. Abiola trained as a lawyer, and in the Lai Wasabi Palace, how much you go pay lawyer? And he went to the Nigerian Law School. He has also obtained professional certifications as the microfinance expert at the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, and also certified as the digital financial expert by Digital Frontiers Institute and the Tufts University. So before he entered into the fintech world, he has worked with a law firm, and which is called Paul Usoro and Co. and Odujiri and Adefolu Law Practice. He further worked as an in-house counsel for TZ Mobile Money and served as a subsidiary of Nigerian Communications Commission. His expertise are numerous. They are such a long list here, very long. So we are privileged to have Mr. Abiola with us. So I'll just talk about some of his achievements right now. Currently, he's on the board of so many councils. So please, can you just give him a round of applause as he comes up stage? Thank you. Just keep clapping until he sits down. Okay, we're jumping right in. We have a woman leader in the building. Please clap your hands for Reme Yaka. Reme Yaka there's something very interesting about her. She is passionate about customer service. In the fiber of her being, she likes to delight her customers. So she has a listening ear. And she's been able to set up in Interswitch for over 22 years. So right now, we have that framework that works in Interswitch where we can take care of your needs and you don't have to call on any business you're interfacing with at the back end. We have a seamless channel delivery in place for that. Another fun fact about Oremei, not even fun, is an intriguing fact. Do you know that she is an alumnus of the Cambridge University in the UK? Please, can we clap for her, that achievement? As in, that is a great one. And she went to the George Business School of Cambridge University, and she has a Master's of Business Administration there. So I'll just... Oremei on stage. Please come on stage. Can you just clap for her? So at this point, I'm also going up stage. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. Okay. There's something intriguing about Mr. Abiola. Intriguing in the sense that he's not just a lawyer, trained attorney, and he's also into the fintech space. Then he has written a lot of articles. He has a lot of, like, at least over three publications. As in, please can we clap for him? Can we just clap for him? I don't know how he has been able to achieve that because he sits on several boards, like we mentioned earlier, and we're so grateful to have you here. So on the topic, like we mentioned earlier, how do we harness, is it possible to harness collaborative partnerships? Just like enumerated earlier, it has happened in different parts of the world. Can we also achieve that in the financial services sector? So my question to you is, what inspired you to focus on collaborative partnerships in financial services?
Thank you. All right, thank you very much, and thank you for the kind words.
You're welcome.
I'm delighted to be here. Interswitch is bringing us together and bringing all players in the industry together. That should tell you something. That means we cannot do it alone. As big as Interswitch is, it's also seeking collaboration, offering platform for people to learn and co-learn, share experiences. That's one of the things that inspired me. And if you want to go far, they say if you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go wide or something, if you want to go faster, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's what we have learned. In any business, not just fintech, you cannot do anything alone. You've given very good examples about the tech, about the building of computers and cars. But the question is also to say that every bank that you see today, we have achieved something distinguishing all over the world, which is we are the genius of payments. And why have we done that? Because banks came together to establish an interoperable platform where I send money to you, you get it today. I was speaking to Algeria Fintech World. As a matter of fact, Algeria just set up a PSP platform now, licenses guideline now. And I was speaking to them and they said they are still scared to allow interoperability of banks. So they still do just bank to bank, right? And if you write a check, it still takes 14 days to clear. You know, you can see that because we've moved, yes, you will be surprised that not just in Algeria, in Europe, so many parts of Europe, you cannot send money instantly. Now, there is only one caveat. If you use a lot of platforms, email sending, they will tell you the risk is on you, all right? So you can see that because we have collaborated in Nigeria, we've moved faster. So coming back to us, we as startup in fintech ecospace, playing especially in northern Nigeria, we've only been able to move fast or move to the point we are now because we are collaborating. and we're still open to collaboration. I mean, startup, business is all about collaboration. You have an idea, can you raise all the money to make it happen? Why are we all seeking fundraising, appointing board, appointing shareholders? It's because we want structure. If you want structure, it means that you need to get other people involved. That's collaboration. So not just being a lawyer, but being a businessman or being someone that wants to make something work. If you want to build something that lasts beyond you, you need to collaborate because you are setting up an institution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, can we give him a round of applause? So, you have said something very germane, that we've achieved a lot in the banking sector in Nigeria, and I think that give ourselves with that because we can North African countries, you just mentioned Algeria, they're just trying to get there, and they are still dragging their feet. So we've done well for ourselves as Nigerians. So that's something to be proud of when you're thinking about the Niger problems. I have another question for you, Mr. Abiola. And can you give us a recent example of where technology impacted you successfully?
I mean, the question is, my business is bringing a mixture of finances and technology. So every day, every time we live and breathe technology. Without technology, we can do nothing, right? So when you say an example of where technology has impacted our organization, I will start by giving an example of how we are partnering with Interswitch, for example, to leverage on your kimono service for a lot of our payouts collections, which has been amazing, by the way. I recommend that.
Can you clap for us?
How we're partnering with a lot of other partners, VFD, 9PSB. And one of the things we do that is a bit different about our ecosystem is that we do not go to any partnership with the mindset of we know what we are doing. I start by saying I'm the CEO of this company and I trained as a lawyer, so you can imagine I don't know anything. That's how I start my conversation. So then we then bring about how can we build products together. This is the problem we have identified, and this is how we think we can solve it. If you have better ways, the key thing is let's find mutual value for each other. So we always call on technology. We are leveraging on technology every day. We use point of sale terminals, we use payment channel, a partner recall phone on that. So there are a couple of partners I'm seeing here that we're working together. So it's just amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you have numerous examples. In fact, it's not just one. It's just obvious that you have leveraged partnerships in your business to take your business to where it is today, and you're still looking at doing more partnerships. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'll come to Oreme. Oreme, please, how do you redefine technological innovation in the context of financial services? How can we do that?
All right, thank you, Tony. And it's lovely to be here. I'm honored to be here. And I want to say kudos to the team that put this together, my colleagues, and all the people that have spoken before me. On behalf of Interswitch, again, we appreciate the fact that there's such a huge turnout here. For us, it speaks a lot about the value that Interswitch seeks to bring to the table. You asked me about technology innovation, and I'll start with, Interswitch, our vision is we foresee a prosperous Africa. When Interswitch started, we are 22 years this year. Please, Interswitch has tried. Put your hand. If we were a girl, we could get married, so we have tried. And we are excited because the vision of Interswitch is, and we believe we are the ones to solve African problems. It will take Africans to solve our own problems. So an easy way to approach a problem is to complain about it, to tweet about it, to say what the government should not do, what the government did. Another way is to actually roll up your sleeves and do something. So when we talk of technological innovation, what inspired Interswitch 22 years ago was the fact that you go to the bank to withdraw 1,000 naira and you spend 4 hours because you fill out a teller, you get a tally number, you stay there forever, and that was it. And it was painful, but that was all we had. So we said, what can we do? And then the first thing that came out, the first technological innovation was the ATM with what we call the ATM card. 22 years ago, it didn't exist. Today, it's everybody has a card. We don't talk about it again. But that was, for us, was the first step. And we have not stopped, and we will never stop in driving technological innovation. So for us, technological innovation is really about leveraging emerging tools and digital solutions to redefine operational processes, and at the end of the day, the customer's experience. So I talked about the ATM. 22 years ago, it was a major solution, but things have advanced. Today, we talked of online payments. We're talking of transfer. I remember the first time in 2007 when we said you can transfer money from UBA to First Bank. Do you know what someone told us? They said it's witchcraft. It had never been done before in Africa. I'm not kidding you. In other countries, in the UK, you transfer money, they'll say it takes 6 hours. This one is you transfer and the person sees it immediately. They told us it's witchcraft. But today, we are doing witchcraft every day, right? Because why? Our problems in Nigeria and Africa are unique to us. So technological innovation is about looking at your environment, looking at your problem, looking at what you have in your hand, and saying, how can I layer this together to deliver relevant, the word is relevant, so copy and paste doesn't work. Relevant solutions that solve real problems and empower the communities. So that for us is technological innovation. So it's not just about adopting new technology, but it's about creating things that solve real problems and at the end of the day, scale. Africa, we are so many. In Nigeria, we are over 200 million people. So any solution that does not scale has died. So for us, it's about expansion, about real solutions, and about constantly innovating. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Remy. You need to look at where you are today, solve real-life problems, then you begin to look at the technology that you can introduce to your business, then scale. Thank you so much. Okay, we all know that when two people come together, there are times that disagreements can happen and misunderstandings can happen. So things like that also happen in partnerships as well. We're just looking at the challenges and opportunities. So we're going to start with the challenges. Mr. Abiola, please can you just let us know, what are the biggest challenges currently facing financial services sector regarding collaboration and technology?
Thank you. Number one challenge I want us to all see as not just technology innovation, but all of us, whether you are a fintech expert, you are a customer, you are a vendor, whatever service you provide, there's something we are underestimating, and I know why we do that. We're trying to ensure that the trust customers have in our sector is not turned away. But we need to all face it that it's a reality that is glaring on our faces every day, and that's cybersecurity. It's a major issue, it's a front burner, and no matter how structured your partnerships are, we do not talk about, or we do not emphasize enough the issue of cybersecurity. I'm glad that Interswitch has brought that solution. I wish they can give it for free so that we can sign up today.
Okay, notes for free, please.
I mean, let's have some freemium period, for example, especially your current partners. Then maybe you can now make it a great gift. You can now start charging later. But the point is, one of the key problems we all face in partnership is when there is issue of fraud. We just shape it around and around and around, and we just box it somewhere, you know. And it's a big issue because we're facing this every day. Should it make us stop partnering? No. But what we should rather do is, as much as possible, let's share information, at least within us. To retain the trust the industry have, let's share that information. A lot of things happen and we just, we try to manage it. In fact, we do not want TechAba to get hold of it because it's bad day for business, right? Now, so that's one key issue. Another issue that comes up in partnership is, so the partners like Interswitch, like the big guys, they're so big and you're so small. So getting your front, leg in the door is not as easy as it looks. Because first of all, they need to see the value you're bringing. So this is the way I scope this part of the challenge. Is the value you're bringing to the party you want to partner with must be pre-identified by you. Do not give them a rat race to chase. You know, it's a big challenge as well. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of startups or fintech collaborators do not have a sustainable partnership. Another third partnership challenge, which we are facing now, is because we're in Nigeria and dollar changes, naira changes every day. There are lots of price fluctuations that affect our unit economics. And at the end of the day, the guys that suffer it are the smaller guys trying to be up as well. Another fourth thing is you see your partner that is giving you the service also looking at your business case and probably turning a product to this industry that is cheaper than what you're partnering upon. So they kill your business naturally. It's a big challenge. And I'm not saying that corporates are sharks, and we understand this. It's just that I don't think anyone can do everything. So if you're good at something, provide that support. Do not see it, because the startups are the noisemakers. Sometimes they come and tell you they have processed 4 billion transactions. Sometimes it's not like that. But I didn't say that out. You know, so do not say because, these guys are processing 4 billion. This is a market we can get into. Then the next thing you turn on a product that kills your partners and make the partnership not to be sustainable. The list goes on and on and on, but I mean, we just keep it there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Remember, you have over 20 years experience in this industry. Do you want to tell us the possible solutions? What can we do? He has mentioned something saying Interswitch is up there, very big. And some of these financial services providers are very small. I'm sure Interswitch has done something. Please share with us.
All right, thank you. And yes, for us, I will say Interswitch for us is more than a company. Interswitch is, I mentioned our vision earlier. And it's a vision that has kept us going for 22 years. And as I'll repeat, our vision is we foresee an Africa that is empowered. Empowered means money must flow, value must flow amongst all people. That is why at Interswitch we have solutions that speak to different levels of the economic grade and different levels of customers. So let's talk of collaboration. Of course, when we started, we needed to build the rails, and so we're dealing with the big banks, and those were our first set of customers. But Interswitch, over the years, we saw that the solutions were dealing to the big banks. Smaller financial players couldn't afford that level of technology. So we deployed our ASP solution, which is kind of a hosted service, and Chijioke and his team are here, they can tell you more about it, a hosted service where we take the solution that a big bank has and we can sell it to you in modules. So that way it's cheaper, and that is an open door. People always ask this question. They say, who is Interswitch's competition? Why we are proud and we are honored about what God is using us to do in the business space is because a lot of our competition are also our customers. And the reason that is because of the wide array of collaboration and platforms that we have put out. A simple example is an e-commerce player can say, I accept this kind of cards. So Interswitch processes several cards, all the international card brands, but we also have Verve, which is the leading domestic card brand in Africa. And the reason we came up with Verve, even though we have other card brands we process, is because we know that there are people that may not be able to pay international fees. So for us, Verve is an empowerment tool for Africa. It's a collaboration lever, a collaboration platform. And we are saying you may want to accept cards, but you may not be able to pay dollars for these other brands. But you know what? It doesn't mean you have to be out of the game. Leverage Verve. So Verve is that domestic card brand that gives you a fantastic opportunity to still play. For us, that is collaboration, and it's a way of extending the opportunities to people across. And for us, it's not just in Nigeria. We do this in other African countries as well. So those are two major, some examples I've given of how Interswitch is deliberately driving collaboration. You heard, when Fabio was speaking, you heard people saying, okay, I'm interested in this area, I'm a fintech, or I'm driving, someone talked of a customer experience tool that helps people leverage customer experience of their customers online. And Fabio was here sharing insights. And we can meet later at the back of the room, so it was you. And hopefully we'll meet later at the back of the room, see how Interswitch can support your business. So we are able to take major services that we have and unbundle them in a way that's relevant to smaller players, so you are not out of business. That's for us. It's a major way we empower Africa. I hope I've been able to answer
Thank you
that.
very much. So what is key is Interswitch is available, is ready. Come as you are. As you are, from wherever you are, we have something for you, and we're ready to collaborate. Thank you so much, Remy. Do we have any challenges that you have also noticed along the years? Do you want to share just one?
Challenge full ground.
Just
challenge.
one.
A major challenge that we see in our space is the rapid speed of technological advancement and the disjoint between that speed of technological advancement and what I'll call regulatory frameworks. So technology is not waiting for nobody. It's moving fast. As technology is moving, fraud is moving. But sometimes the regulator is not moving at that speed, and it can be a big impedance. But again, in the spirit of Interswitch, we believe in lighting candles instead of cursing darkness. So we always say, okay, what can we do to support the regulator, to provide the needed insights to empower this? So when Chijioke was speaking of fraud, and you also spoke about it, sir, that sometimes instead of us speaking out, we hide information. We don't want to talk about, we don't want people. But the truth is, the more secretive we are and the less collaborative we are on that front, we empower the fraudsters. But imagine if someone commits fraud in a particular way and we share the information, we even share identification of those people. That person has become, the ability for that person to replicate that fraud on another platform has been highly impeded. So I'll say one major challenge we have, and hopefully it's getting better, is to be able to bridge the gap between the speed at which the industry needs to run and the regulator support of that speed of advancement. I'll say that's a major one.
Thank you so much. I think you just took that just went into the next question with that answer, because we also have here that the regulatory changes is one of the challenges that we're facing, and I just wanted to speak to that as well. How has it impacted your ability to innovate and collaborate?
So regulators must be regulators. They're there to checkmate that the industry has sanity, industry is stable, people that users are protected, there are no abuses, there are no sharp practices. And I want to really commend the Central Bank of Nigeria to be one of the most forward-looking.
Can we clap for Central Bank of Nigeria? Another
entity.
good thing coming out of Nigeria.
Honestly, it's like this in many parts of the world, where you intentionally supported financial inclusion, as it was called. There were a lot of initiatives that the government supported. I mean, Nigeria is hard, really hard. It's hard to do business in Nigeria. But when we see little wins, let's commend each other, because it's still our win, right? And we're all benefiting from it. Regulatory challenges are there. There are lots of policies. In the last few weeks, we can all bear witness. We've all sent, if you play in the industry, you sent over 14 emails responding to issues or responding to one new this and that. And while I do not see really as challenge, where I have a bit of a problem is the Central Bank of Nigeria, under the previous administration, set up regulatory sandbox where you can submit your idea as a player and it will be tested. It will be guided. The Central Security and Exchange Commission did similar thing, which led to the licensing of the new crypto asset traders. Sorry, I've forgotten their name now. Maybe they're here somewhere in the crowd. So, but what I'm trying to say is that after the first cohort of that regulatory sandbox, the Central Bank of Nigeria tend to have shifted attention. I think we have a government that is struggling with continuity in many areas, including some of these very laudable policies, because I do not see any reason why a regulatory sandbox, which is, okay, you have an idea, you are scared it might not be in line with regulation, but it's a fantastic idea that can move us forward. Don't be a fraudster with it. Don't create a problem with it. Just submit it, let's look at it, and let's see if we can guide you to making it better. We can support you, and possibly set out rules, that allow it to work better. But we're not seemingly consistent in this area. I don't think it's a priority area for now. There's so many regulatory challenges as well, like delays in the time licenses get, renewed by the regulators. You have a license running under PSP category. It's only the banks that are lucky. Once you have a license, it's still forever, except you get liquidated or, one problem or the other, which nobody pray for. But for PSPs, you may have your license issued and you want to renewal might not come till maybe over a year, and when your partners then start panicking because they're scared whether you're still in business or not. A couple of issues like that we need to deal with. So when regulatory changes come, it also comes with a lot of confusion. Do we recall the cybersecurity levy? The argument between 0.005% or that percent or that percent. Also, we don't have very clarity of communication about the implementation timeline, how it's going to work, which party is responsible for it, and those issues affect how we engage as well. And the Fintech Association, Fintech industry has set up associations, Fintech Association of Nigeria, where I also sit as the governing council member. We have the Bankers Committee as well. We have lots of associations set up in Nigeria for proper engagements. But those engagements, it's like we have to be chasing for it in recent times. So, beyond regulatory challenges, these are policy engagement challenges that we can do better. If we don't say these things, it's just going to be there. So if the regulators are here, we're not calling you out. We're just appealing for more engagement in these areas. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's very germane, because the regulators actually drive the growth in the sector. So, as has appealed, please let us have a continuity in policies, ability to be able to showcase those products and test them to see how viable they are before we push them to the market. And also, communication is key. When you have pushed out something, you need to disseminate the information properly so that people get it and don't get confused. Thank you so much. So we need to move. My next question is to Remy. Can you please talk about the emerging trends that you see today that can shape the future?
All right. Emerging trends. Wow, there's a lot. One major emerging trend we see today is embedded finance. I'll start by saying, the world is at a place where technology is bringing a lot of industries shoulder to shoulder. So what you are seeing is almost a fading away of the different boundaries that demarcate industry. So we've talked today, people say I'm a fintech, but they are also a microfinance bank. So they are a bank and they are in payments. What are they? Bank payment. So you don't really know. Someone may say I do e-commerce online, but they are also doing a lot of things around insurance. So technology is making it possible for industries to converge. And what does that mean? Payments, one major trend is payment more and more is becoming an invisible enabler. And that is the vision of Interswitch, that payments will be so seamless, you don't even need to think about it. Just focus on your own business, focus on your core value. So that is, so when we talk of embedded finance, payments, embedded in your everyday services that you don't need to think about it. So that's why Interswitch is very focused on empowering. So even though we are a fintech, as people call us, we believe we are the fintech of fintechs. We support smaller fintechs. That are our competition, they are. But we support them, we give them platforms, we integrate them, we give them the APIs to run. Because the truth is, there is enough space in the sky for every bird to fly. So what's the point, right? We believe people should grow their businesses, because the more we grow the pie, you grow your own share. You don't have to be fighting for market share. There is so much to do in Nigeria, in Africa. So I'll say embedded finance as a result of technological innovation. I'll also talk of that thing we call financial inclusion. The trend is going beyond financial inclusion to commercial inclusion, where we are not just saying, how can we get that person that is out of the financial sector in, but how can we empower that person that is doing business, that person selling yam, and say, transfer to me. We want to do more than transfer money to you to pay for your yam. We want to be able to say, hey, you need you could access a loan to do this and do that. We want to be able to say, next time, not only are you selling yam here, but there's a service that someone can connect you to, and you don't even need to own the website. Someone can give you that service and pay on and drive that service on your behalf, but you are selling your yams in other places. So I will call that commercial inclusion, and it's very, very needed for our reality in Africa and in Nigeria. A final trend I'll say is the ability to open up. You need to open up to new forms of payment beyond the traditional payment that we know. So when we talk of buy now, pay later, soft loans being embedded as an everyday way of payment. So in Nigeria, we know a lot of businesses could do a lot more if they had access to finance, to funds, to credit. Credit is something that I know I think we're going to speak on credit today, I don't know, but it's something that must go beyond my bank gave me credit card. That cannot work in Nigeria. What is the credit that someone selling something almost minute? What is the form of credit we can render so that that person can sell services on your website, do airtime trading, and at the end of the day, the person can return money, make some money, you make some money. So I'll say dynamic means of business financing is another trend that we are seeing. There are many more, but let's stop here for now.
We need to stop there because they will not pay you. You are doing BD work for these people. No, you need to come and consult, please. She has given us some nuggets. Please, I hope you took down the notes so that, yes. Thank you very much. Please, can you give her a round of applause?
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so we're moving quickly. I'll just ask my final questions now. And I'm going to go right back to Mr. Abiola. Mr. Abiola, we want to look at the future outlook. The future. How do you envision the financial services industry to evolve over the next 5 years, particularly in terms of technology and collaborative efforts? You have done a lot. Yes. So what do you want to see in the next 5 years?
All right, thank you. Before I go into that, while minding time, I want to say that Mr. Meremy has actually helped me market my business. Thank you very much. So, Exchange Box, people are probably wondering, what do we do? And why do we have 2 licenses? We have a PSP license, Exchange Box, and then we have a microfinance bank. But our focus is strictly agro-commodity financing and FMCG financing. Let me break that down. So I came all the way from Kaduna here because we had meeting with our rice paddy suppliers. So the likes of Olam, the likes of UMSA, the likes of Fargate, they always need people that bring, middlemen that bring paddy rice for their production chain. So what we do is we have a product called Murahaba, which is we buy the supply from the farm, and then they supply under our name and theirs to the rice millers, and with that we share return. So the funds go within a 90-day cycle, 120-day cycle. It's a sweet deal, but there are some non-performing, so I'm just trying to tell you that's what we do. We also have the SME or market women trading financing, which is we give someone our POS, and when we give you our POS, you're trading. You trade for 3 months. I see your numbers. You can access very little money. Then you can use it to trade because you're collecting on my system. But where I'm different is that I take my repayment daily from your sales. So I just have a percentage I take daily from your sales. So that if you want to fail, whatever you fail, the remaining is lesser to chase anyway. But that's our business model, and that's what we do, really. Coming to the future trends.
We'll charge you the check.
No problem. No problem. And we're open to collaboration, like I said. So if you're HNI, you want a safe return, we're good and we're licensed. All right, so coming to the future trends. The future trends in payments is we need to make Africa be a place to trade. And one of the key ways we need to make Africa be a place to trade is that we need to make money of Africa stay in Africa. A lot of efforts are ongoing in this direction, but we need to make it more pronounced, and we need to enable it intentionally. All right? This is the way I'm looking at it. Whether we like it or not, blockchain technology is going to really help us. It's just for us to embrace it look at how better to implement it, and safeguards all form of irregularities that can come around it. Because what is blockchain or the crypto? I send money now, it's just like a wallet address, and it goes there instantly, so regardless of the country I am. So we can do a mix of traditional financing with crypto. It means that when you send money using any of the wallet address, I just know that it is the value of the money, and I can collect it out in the local currency. So there's a need for an interplay of both traditional finance and crypto for us to make crypto work. And with that, we'll solve the problem of identity, because the major guys, the traditional bankers, are coming in, so they need to do KYC for you to check out the money. So the issue of, oh, they're using it to do fraud is for Yahoo boys, you can take care of that. We need to look towards it, because if we don't, I mean, we're joking, right? We're just joking. That's one. Two is that right now, Africa is the last frontiers, whether you like it or not. The UK's population is less than 80 million. I mean, combine about 4 countries, you have not even reached Nigeria. The only reason some of us have not jackpot is because if I'm selling Maggi to 50 million people per month and I make 5 naira, no matter how bad the economy is, no matter how bad the dollar is, I think I will still eat rice and beans, right? That's why some of us have not jackpot yet. So it's just for us to think about these issues, look at the numbers, because your numbers are really your markets. India alone is enough for you to build a unicorn, because, I mean, you're dealing with over 1.2 billion people. China, same thing. Nigeria has that same capacity and also has opportunity to annex the rest of Africa alongside. So look well, let's see what we can do to change the dynamics for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please give him a round of applause. Okay, we have given you enough business ideas in the room today. I think we need to charge everyone a check. Mr. Abiola has said in the next 5 years, cryptocurrency. I hope somebody has taken note of that and you're going to pick up that idea, make African money stay in Africa. How many people want to take that opportunity or the challenge up? You see, we have hands up. Thank you very much, Remy. Okay, Mr. Abiola, do you have any nice words for us?
I mean, if Interswitch is a big deal, if you run a company...
Clap. Thank you.
I mean, and I'm saying that with all sense of, respect, because I'm also playing, just coming up now. If you run a company for 20 years and you're still here, you're doing something right. Right? So Interswitch is a big deal, and we respect what Interswitch is doing. But beyond that, we also respect the fact that Interswitch is giving a lot of people the platform to ride. Of course, they take their commission anyway, but a platform to ride and grow their businesses as well. And for that, I think we are grateful to Interswitch. They've disrupted in the true form the financial services system, and we want to pray that they continue to do what they're doing better.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, Remy, please, can you just share your last words with us?
All right. To share my last words, I'll say, when we think of Africa and Nigeria, people say Africa is the dark continent, but the only darkness in Africa is the color of our skin. Our minds are not dark. We are very smart people. And we believe, like he said, the next frontier is here, the next opportunities are here. We believe that Africans must rewrite our own story. And that's why Interswitch stays committed to this work we are doing. For us, it was solve a problem you see. When that's done, put it aside, solve the next, and solve the next, and solve the next. So the question as we leave here is, what problems are you going to solve in your own space? Partnership is here to stay. So you must not do it alone. You can't do it alone. There's someone else that you can hook up with that will solve one part, you solve one part. And you know what? Who's going to solve the problem of education? The fact that people are, average score in WAEC is 4 C's. And I heard I was aghast. That's terrible. It's not WAEC. What's hard? But if we do not solve the problem, if we do not solve the problem of health, of medical access, of transportation, we will be sitting down complaining the government. Great countries are not built waiting for the government. Fintech was not built waiting for the government. I'm not saying the government does not have their responsibility, but the people have power to make changes. I'll say let's look for problems that we can solve. let's take responsibility because Africa deserves more. That's what I'll say.
Thank you so much. And that's the final words from our Chief Customer Success Officer with over 22 years experience. What she has told us is, wherever you are, look for that problem. You're not alone. You have collaborators that have done one thing or the other that you can, sink in, and before you know it, you're already on your way to solving Africa's problems and changing our narrative from being the dark continent to a place that has very bright minds. So please, can we give a round of applause to Mr. Abiola Jimo, the CEO, co-CEO of Exchange Box. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Thank you so much, Oremei. Thank you so much, the audience. Thank you. I'll just hand over back to Tina.
So they'll quickly take the panel picture. Thank you. See posing now. Oh, yeah. A round of applause once again. Please let's encourage them. Let's appreciate them. That was a very insightful session. Thank you, Toyin. Thank you so much, Mr. Jimo. Thank you, Oremei. Let's put our hands together once again. This clapping is going down. No? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we'll be going straight into our panel discussion. And I will be your moderator. Once again, my name is Tina Olaore, Head Digital Banking at Interswitch. All right, let me quickly call out our panelists. Our first panelist is Joel Kaburuk. Joel is Head Sales Northwest Interswitch. Please let's put our hands together as we invite Joel to the podium. Please put your hands together. Joel is your own now. Thank you, Abuja. Thank you, Abuja. All right, thank you. The next person I'll be calling up is the MD Cashbridge Microfinance Bank in the person of Chief Ehi Ebohime. Please let's put our hands together. He arrived very early and has been sitting patiently, attentively, watching all that we have been talking about. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. Next stop is Precious Ekeze. Precious is MD CEO, Call Phone Limited. Please let's put our hands together as Precious runs along. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Okay. And the next person I'll be calling is Adedayo Bankole. Adedayo is MD CEO, Banksford Technologies. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together as Adedayo takes the stage. All right, I'll join the panel session right away. Can it come down? Can someone help us take it down? Thank you. If this man is struggling with this seat, what will I do with my own? Let's look at my height. Thank you. All right, thank you very much, everyone. This is our panel session, and I'm glad that we have our guests. Thank you so much for honoring this invitation, which is pleased to have you in our panel session today. And our panel discussion is around building financial resilience, right? The intersection of banks, fintechs, and OFIs in fostering growth within the financial services sector. When we talk about resilience, it means that the road is not smooth, right? While you have a goal, while you want to grow, it means that there will be some blocks. However, how do you overcome and achieve that growth strategy that you have built as an organization, as a fintech, as a microfinance bank? That is the basis for our discussion this afternoon. So I'll just start right away. Pardon me. Let's start from home, right? Joel, I'll be starting with you. What is Interswitch's role in fostering Nigeria's payments industry growth today? We've been here over 20 years. Can you just briefly give us what exactly has been the role Interswitch has played in ensuring that the payments industry has seen tremendous growth from when we took off?
All right. Thank you so much, Tina. Like you rightly mentioned, Interswitch has been in this space for over 2 decades now. And my GMD will always say, or one of our core values in Interswitch happens to be open-minded collaboration. Now, we've, over the years, collaborated with a lot of partners to develop, right, state-of-the-art financial services that will give us, that gave us the leverage to provide a seamless and a digital payment platforms that help us today to soar the tide of all the challenges around the payment space. Now today, as Interswitch, we are collaborating with almost everybody who comes to us with open mind and comes looking for solutions, right? So Interswitch today is giving solutions, and almost everybody is riding on the core application of Interswitch to provide services that enable seamless payments and that is giving us a leadway in the industry today. So today, our role has always been to switch whatever it is that is happening in the fintech world, in the banking sector, in MFBs today. We are doing a lot to try to provide solutions, and those solutions that are trusted, that those solutions are also fraud-free today. So we've done a lot in that area to try to safeguard funds of our partners. This is where we have been, and this is what we have done so far, and where we keep improving to get to even a better place as Interswitch. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said, Joel. Thank you very much. Just to emphasize, right, at Interswitch, I think Oreme, you talked about Verve when she was speaking. We have hit over 70 million cards in production. Please, let's put our hands together now. Is it a small feat? Verve has issued over 70 million cards. I mean, that's a lot we're doing in the industry. Thank you. I'll move over to you, Chief. Right? You want to use this? Yes. Thank you. So my question is, how do banks, fintechs, and OFIs contribute to promoting financial inclusion and resilience within the financial services sector today?
All right. Thank you very much, Madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for attending. Okay, I think that's pretty straightforward. We really don't have to look for an example far away. A good example is before now, just by way of background, I did 25 years in commercial banking, investment banking, before I stepped aside to start this fintech.
Acknowledge, put your hands together. 25 years.
So it was actually then, for you to be given a POS, you have to pay. And when you are paying, it's not small money. So you have to practically beg. I remember one of the biggest electronic dealers in our time, is still one of the biggest right now, needed a POS. An account officer was willing to pay because of collection. But we in head office didn't even see it as a major business. We said, we are not ready when we are ready. But today, for every corner, every junction, you see POS. So in terms of financial inclusion, you need the fintech, you need the banks, you need all critical stakeholders. We need companies like Interswitch for that to happen. And you heard what the previous speaker said about operationality of banks and the ecosystem itself. Because of collaboration, because of leveraging on infrastructure of companies like Interswitch, leveraging on each other's strength is what has made that financial inclusion become the order of the day. I remember like a year or two ago when the former CBN governor, the former handlers of CBN at that time, was pushing for this financial inclusion, and they were relaxing some of the laws to enable penetration. In less than 4-5 years, we more than doubled what was available, what was possible at that time. So I think it's collaboration, it's leveraging on infrastructure, on key infrastructure. I'll give you an example. If you were going to build an ASP by yourself, it's going to cost you at least 400, 500 million. But this is with just some token, you can be onboarded into Interswitch. Another good example, if you're going to build your own terminal management system, TMS, it's going to cost you several millions. But this is a service that you can get, and before you know it, you are rolling out POS in Kaduna, in Borno, in Karademoda, just because of that collaboration and leveraging on existing infrastructure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Very, very apt, right? And I like what you talked about, Interswitch, rolling out shared services, right? One of our targets as well is ensuring that the CBN mandates for financial inclusion, we are able to achieve it. While the commercial banks, or maybe the bigger banks, are able to invest in huge technology, what we have done at Interswitch is also to be able to provide shared services where you can come on board on a multi-tenancy platform. We have it for payments. That's the ASPFEP you mentioned. We have it for core banking. We have it for fraud. We have it for mobile as well, right? Just to ensure that everybody's able to afford technology. And if everybody's able to afford technology, then we can also drive financial inclusion. Thank you very much, Chief. All right, let me move on to, a moment. Pardon me, technology, help me. All right. I'll move on to Precious, right? Precious Ekezie, MDC of Call Phone Limited. In light of rising global inflation, how can credit facility solutions contribute to building financial resilience and fostering business growth?
Good day, everyone. Thanks for the question. I would first start by saying the credit aspect of the industry is still something that, in terms of data, the space we're still trying to make sure that we have the right data, especially when it comes to credit. A lot of persons would want credit, a lot of persons would want loan, but the problem is an issue of repayment, and it affects every of the institution. For instance, we as a business, when we came up with a buy now, pay later solution, what we looked at was the repayment or getting back this money back from the customers. Because someone can borrow from your platform and close up that platform and never comes back to use that platform again. So when building these solutions, what we've tried to do is build solutions of credit around where you can recover your funds easily. For instance, what we are doing, trying to build a buy now, pay later solution around electricity, around power, things that you know you can be able to recover your fund if you partner with those discos. When you build such solution, those credits, you're able to get them back. So to your question of how this solution can be leveraged, how it can become a big thing in the future, is the regulators also have to help in terms of the data, in terms of the institutions who are into this credit can be able to recover their funds easily, can be able to manage the data that is available to them. So that's where I think it's going to be a big thing, because we've not harnessed that part of economy yet, especially in this part of the world. The fear of so many people not wanting to go into it because it is an area you see yourself, can you recover back your funds when you go into this? And I see of recent Interswitch, I know recently there was an email Interswitch sent in terms of credit facilities, loan, and the rest of them, staff loan scheme, and the rest of them. These are also some of the things that I see Interswitch doing very well, and being able to focus such solution to the staff welfare is something that, you know, every staff, you know, you can be able to access this little credit and you know how to recover that funds back. So I think the credit space of our business is something worth looking at.
Thank you very much. I agree with you. It's something we have not really looked at. However, it's an area we need to start to pay attention to because, again, everybody needs some form of credit to start up something. Please, let's put our hands together for our panelists. I'll dive right into you, Mr. Adedayo. Right. My question is, why is an instant payment, maybe for card issuance, instant payment card issuance platform crucial for the likes of MFBs and other financial institutions today? Now, let me not limit that to just instant card issuance. Let's look at the payment industry as a whole, the different forms of collections as a whole. Why do you think it is very crucial for microfinance banks and fintechs today?
All right, thank you very much. So first of all, my name is Ibrahim Sulaiman. I'm representing IMD, Adedayo, who couldn't be here. What he sends his greetings to the assembly.
Well, I've been looking at the face, so I'm like, what's going on here?
So I wanted to
Thank
clear
you.
that because I'm sure people will see beards there and not see beards here. So
Thank you.
okay, great. So we at Banksford, we are identity enablers. So we operate within the identity space. And when we were called to this, it was important for us to be able to help talk about the glue that makes all of this happen, the glue that enables the financial inclusion that we all hope to see in Nigeria, and the potential and the gains that we expect to see from it. And what we do in Banksford is working with the public sector, the government, to be able to build this digital foundational identity infrastructure that the financial industry can leverage on, be able to unlock a lot of the things that we just mentioned. So some of the things Precious mentioned are some of which he alluded to some of the challenges that currently has not seen the kind of meteoric growth that you would expect in credit and in lending. A lot of it also has to do with the fact that you mentioned data and what kind of data. You're talking about identity data. The ability to be able to know the people that you want to lend to, the people you give credit to, the ability to have a source of truth, a statutory source of truth that you can say, okay, yes, I know where this, I know who this identity is, I know what they do, and the ability to link all of this data together to be able to unlock that particular value. Part of the things that we're working with the identity agency, the NIMSI, is card solutions. Now, currently, we are working with financial institutions to be able to issue out national identity cards that also functions as instant payment cards also. So you have the prepaid wallet variant, you have the debit variant, and also you also have what we call the social intervention card variants that are supposed to be used for social interventions like palliatives and all of that. So, and to your question, instant payment cards are very important for financial inclusion. They become easier to carry around. They become easier for you to be able to load cards on. In fact, part of the things that we are doing with NIMSI in making that happen is to say, working with banks and their agents and their agency arms, is to be able to say, go when you go to these particular places and you issue NIN, you are able to quickly give out an NIN card that also enables that particular person to receive money and also make payments also at the same time. So this makes it easy and increases the scale of the financial inclusion that we're talking about. And one needs to also give some kind of salute and credits to the government, give salutes to the NIMSI agency also, the DG, as they think about these initiatives. Because what they're also trying to do is also to be able to unlock all of these opportunities to enable the financial industry, people like Interswitch, to be able to do their best work, which is to enable payments and make payments go around.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like that. How beautiful it will be that I have just one card that identifies me. That same card I can use to carry out payments as much as I want to. Joel, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just want to add something. The first card I ever used in my life, I think it took me 2 weeks or 3 or more to get that card, right? I had to apply, fill a form in the bank, and the card was sent, and the PIN mailer was sent after 2 or 3 weeks later, right? The last card I renewed, I just went to a vending machine, right, in the bank branch, and imputed all my data, and my card came out. That's Instant Card issuance, right? And I'm using a Verve card today, and I got that card through that vending machine. I didn't have to speak with anybody in the bank. I didn't have to just fill any form. I just went, and it vended out the card. Now, times have changed, right? So many things are happening in the technology space. A lot of MFBs today issuing cards still take 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get their cards, right? But we are saying at Interswitch, you can issue your cards instantly through our Card Fusion platform. Now, we enable you with just a token, right? So that you can issue your cards instantly, so that you can compete with the commercial banks. Now, that waiting time will now make most of the MFB customers try maybe to prefer getting cards from commercial banks. However, you can compete within the instant card issuance space, that you get your cards today, you apply for your card today, you get it today, and you don't have any more or less competition. You are also competing in that space, giving your customers immediate access to their accounts. They don't have to wait for some number of days before they can transact in their accounts when their cards are expired. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joel. Quickly, right? I'm going to move to you, sir, Chief. And my question to you is, what should financial players be doing to curb fraud and strengthen the financial ecosystem? When Chijioke was doing the presentation on our fraud products, right, he mentioned some data that was quite scary. Talking about how much of fraud goes on daily, especially on digital platforms. So from your own point of view, what should the financial players be doing today as an MFB, as a fintech, as the regulator? What do you think they should do for us to be able to curb fraud and strengthen the financial ecosystem?
Okay, once again, thank you very much, madam. The question is apt. And on the issue of fraud, I do not think any amount you spend to protect yourself as a bank or as a fintech, to protect yourself from these fraudulent characters, I don't think it's too much. I think that's why I was particularly happy when Interswitch unveiled that product, that one solution that would help us out. But another thing I just wanted to say before I speak more on the fraud issue is, I think I give it to Interswitch. I give it to Interswitch to the extent that for you to be able to bring these practitioners in that ecosystem, in this our ecosystem, which I think to a considerable extent will still will help us in trying to prevent this fraud. The problem with fraud is that the man that has stolen your money can spend half of that money to fight you using the system. But you whose money is stolen, you are already bleeding. So you are not likely to spend another 5% of your money to chase that. So that is why most of these fraudsters get away. They have even become so emboldened, they steal your money now and still take you to court. Do you get a fraudster penetrated a system They flagged it and they looked at it. The system was compromised over the weekend. So by Saturday, they started moving money into some funny accounts. Now imagine that guy taking 3 billion out of your system. How can you fight such a person? Because the broad instruction was not honored, they went to court. So the reason I'm saying sharing this experience is to, if we collaborate, we might even be able to deal with these fraudulent stars better. And I'll tell you why. He spoke to something that we'll be struggling with as an organization in terms of rolling out products. And if he has that skill set, who said we cannot collaborate? Courtesy, because Interswitch has made it better. There are some of you that are security experts. Your own job is to stop these people from entering your system every day. We can all work together. It's an ecosystem. If we protect it, it will be better for everybody. So when you ask, what should banks, what do fintechs, what should we be doing? Well, first of all, try as much as possible to avail yourself this opportunity that Interswitch has brought up. 2, let's us work together. The problems are the same. They are similar problems. If we work together, we'll be able to send these wolves out of our camps. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, let's put our hands together for MD Cashbridge. Thank you so much. This last question will be to you, Precious, and Mr. Banksford. All right, okay. So can you give us some of the future trends we should expect to see, right, with the intersection of banks and fintechs? With that collaboration, what are the trends we'll be seeing in the future? What are those things that our collaboration, our intersection will be bringing out?
Right, thank you. Before I jump into that, I'll quickly just speak about the fraud issue.
Please go ahead.
And I know so many times we don't talk about it because we don't want to see our company looked into as a brand. People come into your brand and they steal money and you don't talk about it. He mentioned something. There is a typical example. I would like to tell every owner of business here to work closely with your compliance unit. Sometimes those in the business team, marketing, sometimes we want things to move very fast. We want to acquire a customer very fast. And we see compliance units, pushing for us to do the right thing. A typical example happened not too long time ago when an issue of fraud happened in our system. And a customer who has worked in the bank before, who knows the CBN regulation, knows that there is a 2 days period where if you report a fraudulent chargeback, if the merchant does not respond to an email from the acquiring bank, that money is automatically reversed to the person who raised the chargeback. So a banker had some set of guys, and he splitted 100,000 naira to the tune of 5 million. And he sent his boys to the street and told them, any POS terminal you go to, withdraw money, come back to the bank, to the hotel, and you call for your bank, telling your bank that someone wrongly used your card. And they did this on a Friday. Now, on a Friday, the bank has sent an email, I don't want to call the name of the bank, has sent an email for the claim of that chargeback. And the person understood that there's every tendency that an email sent in the morning of a Friday would likely not be seen by a reconciliation officer on a Monday, and on Tuesday you see some funds leaving your account from your acquiring bank. And that happened, and we saw almost 10 million leave the account on a Tuesday morning. And you begin to wonder what happened. So fortunately for us, the bank sent an email to the reconciliation, but they sent to the wrong email. But why I brought up this is we were able to collaborate with Interswitch and we recover some of the funds. He mentioned something. The fraudster, the measure you take in recovering your money is quite cumbersome. You have to get a police report, you have to do court order and the rest of them. Then you reach to Interswitch, every of those regulatory things have to be followed for you to get back that money. But fortunately, we're able to get some of the money. And why I narrated this incident is for us to, pay attention to compliance. He mentioned something. Any measure you think you can put in place, no matter how stringent your customers might say it to be, that you are not seamless, your platform that's just one respect to that. Then just quickly to the question you asked, we have different trends of which every of the industry players we have to embrace on, and we've seen some of them coming very fast, like the blockchain, and it's something that we cannot shy away from. Back when you hear blockchain and you think blockchain is not just associated to crypto, so that we can get the picture right. We know that we can be able to have connectivity, blocks around different fintech industry and players, and things can be a lot seamless and easier. And we've also seen, I see Interswitch mention about being one of the players, especially in the terms of ATM machines. But today, I know many of us, I don't think I've visited any ATM machine for almost 1 year. So things change. And we see those things change over time. We've seen fintech in a bus, which Interswitch has rolled out. And one of those areas also we are collaborating with them. And we've seen also virtual account as a service. So many persons don't want to key in their 16-digit card into any platform. I'd want to associate with a platform where I come to and I transfer money and you get it instantly. On our platform, we're able to build that infrastructure where we are able to connect with different banks and always making sure you play within the space at which your license regulates you to do. Sometimes we want to do everything, but my advice will always be there are different trends, there are different areas that you can expand your business. And collaborating with the big players like Interswitch who have set the foundation, it's one of those areas that you can embrace these trending technologies and it will work for your business. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's hear from you, sir.
Great. First of all, I want to commend Interswitch for the tools that you are using in enabling your merchants and your customers also, so that they can be able to do their best work. When I saw the 2FA that was being presented, I was like, wow, interesting, because these are some of the kind of features also that we try to build in place. I was thinking to myself, instead of wasting so much money for my developers to have built a whole 2FA system, would have probably leveraged on what Interswitch. Okay, so because these are the kind of, so quickly also just like Precious touched a bit on the fraud thing before talking about the emerging trends. A quick story, I remember when we launched the self-service product for NIMSI for modification of NINs. I think that was in February. And because it was a response to a naughty issue that NIMSI had, there was a lot of surge in people going to that platform and doing that. Just like, because of that also, there was a surge of fraudulent people. Almost the same scenario he gave would be people would make payments on that platform, go back to their bank and say that this money has been collected fraudulently. And where it became a bit naughty for us is because these are monies that go directly into the TSA. There is no, what do you guys call it, chargeback?
So once it defaults, it gets to TSA.
It gets to TSA.
The process is, getting
that money out is.
It's a huge process.
So that takes me into that next area, which is part of the things that we see and that we're working towards is also compliance automation, automated fraud detection also. And that we leverage a lot of that on AI and would want to see that also happen a lot in the financial space also, whereby behavioral analysis using AI and in a way some kind of biometrics with AI will be able to help you to be able to at least preempt a lot of this. It would generally not probably put a stop to it, but at least it will reduce, because we've seen some of those value, at least reduce the amount of people. And the thing about people is, especially these fraudulent people, the moment they know that, okay, that you're able to detect and block them, it reduces the amount of fraudulent practices that they want to. Part of the emerging trends also that I foresee, which I already see that is already available, is also contactless payments. In our own space, we are moving towards also contactless enrollment verification, especially digital QR code verification. So a lot of fraud also happen around people trying to steal people's identity, and that is something that also impacts the financial industry also. So where people who want to use stolen identities want to use them to access people's accounts, access people's funds. So part of the things that the government is working on that we are also enabling them to do is to be able to ensure that people's privacy are secured. So you don't get to a particular place where you offer your BVN raw or you offer your NIN raw. So what we are looking at also are QR technologies that store some of these biometrics in that QR code. So it enables quickly and instantly, even offline, to be able to quickly verify these particular these identities without having to use the internet, and also without having to expose some of these your privacy that allow fraudulent entities to be able to use them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, let's put our hands together for my panelists. I want to agree with you all that our discussion has been insightful. A lot of the trends. I was happy when you mentioned AI. I mean, there's AI, there's robotics, blockchain. I mean, it's evolving. Technology is evolving by the minute, like I like to tell people. And it's important that as banks, as fintechs, as innovators, as regulators, we need to move with the trend. You cannot be using grinding stone and what they call now, mortar and pestle when people are using pounded yam machine. In 2 minutes, you have pounded yam. We need to move with the trend. Technology is moving at a very fast pace, and everybody must run the race as fast as we can. So once again, thank you so much, my panelists. You've been very wonderful answering these questions. A round of applause, please. Thank you. All right, I guess it's picture time. I'll stay in the middle. Blessed am I amongst men. Yes. I'll just be here.
Digital Promotion System, a fully digitized and automated enterprise consumer promotions and rewards platform that revolutionizes the reward experience across value chain. Reward your customers seamlessly with Interswitch's Digital Promotion System, a fully digitized and automated enterprise consumer promotions and rewards platform that revolutionizes the reward experience across value chains. With DPS, you can initiate, manage, and track multiple rewards options and winning rules with high direct-to-consumer engagements. It offers various campaign types, including code, transaction, bulk disbursement, and electronic raffle draw, with support for production authentication. Choose from a range of digital reward options such as data, transfers, vouchers, checkout codes, and many more. And you get to enjoy real-time campaign monitoring and detailed reporting. Are you ready to revolutionize your rewards program? Contact us today to get started with digital promotion system from Interswitch. Email askinterswitchgroup.com to request a demo today. Are you ready to power the future of payments for your financial institution? Interswitch Payment as a Service is here to help you do just that. Interswitch Payment as a Service is a flexible and scalable platform that integrates new systems, transaction types, and networks rapidly. It combines ACI's UPF system and ASPFEP portal, allowing swift integration for all types of financial institutions. Interswitch Payment as a Service supports immediate payments, open APIs, and Postillion SDKs. It offers visibility into transaction metrics and enables predictive analysis for accurate planning. It also eliminates the need for custom interfaces and implementation fees. Position your institution for the future of payment technology. Email askinterswitchgroup.com to request a demo today. Do you want to offer your customers a mobile app without building one? Simply integrate Interswitch Mobile Banking as a service. It's a unique opportunity for various microfinance banks and similar-sized financial institutions to provide best-in-class mobile banking capabilities to their customers via a single mobile application downloadable from the App Store. Your customers enjoy all major mobile banking features, such as intuitive onboarding, login services, money transfers, mobile top-ups, bills payment, self-service requests, card services, beneficiary management, two-factor authorization, and app security. Now you can offer your customers the best mobile banking experience at minimal cost. Get that ready-made mobile banking app for your financial institution with mobile banking as a service from Interswitch. Email askinterswitchgroup.com to get started. Bringing banking services closer to your customers just became easier. At Interswitch, we offer comprehensive agency banking solutions tailored for financial institutions with a super agent license, banking license, mobile money license, and payment service license. It's our way of helping you to extend your financial services through authorized agents in a cost-efficient manner. With our agency banking solution, your agents can provide cash out and cash in services, bill payment and funds transfer services using debit cards, cash, or POS channels, leveraging our extensive switching and processing infrastructure. Now you can bring banking closer to your customers, drive financial inclusion, growth, and profitability with ease. Reach out to us to get started on your agency banking journey. Email askinterswitchgroup.com to request a demo today.
well. But while we continue scanning, we'll have another feature product presentation, and this will be done by Chika Odiari. Please come forward, Chika. Let's put our hands together, please. As she runs up. Beautiful Chika, thank you.
Good afternoon, Abuja. Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to have you here. My name is Chika Odiari. I head the third-party processing for credit and prepaid cards and prepaid products. I'm here to speak on our credit and prepaid products. Okay, while we're waiting for the presentation to come on, I will just give us a brief overview of what the product is, what we've done, and how we intend to compete in the space. So our recent trend has shown an accelerated growth in consumer products and consumer lending. And for us, we have seen that this is being led by fintechs and other smaller schemes, and that's why we have created a product that not only serves the banks, but also the fintechs and the MFBs and other nano lending products. And what we've done as Interswitch, we have a couple of initiatives that we've done here, and a couple of new segments and new products that we've introduced into the market. So what we've done differently, in a bid to introduce a product that will suit the needs of the smaller schemes, what we've done was to design a product that not only speaks to just processing as a product. We looked at sophistication, we looked at security, we looked at speed, and also looked at security. And that's why we've come up with a product not only for the bigger schemes as well, like I mentioned earlier. So what we've done differently, we focused on innovation. So in the course of focusing on innovation, we partnered with our latest partner to deploy a new credit card infrastructure, not only driving credit card as a product, but also other products that are being driven via credit rails, via card rails, so to speak. So what we've done in terms of innovation, we have a world-class technology or infrastructure, Transaxis. And Transaxis is a very robust infrastructure that deployed at Interswitch, but we give the banks and the issuers control to be able to manage their own life cycle at their end. So the system is robust and it's quite sophisticated, meaning that it's cloud-based and is also, in terms of giving control, is driven a lot by APIs, meaning that the customers or the issuers in this case can be able to use APIs to drive a couple of services. So other new segments, like I mentioned earlier, that we introduced the fintechs, the MFBs, nano lending segment, and also the Islamic segment. Then offerings, aside the typical cards, we're also looking at other alternative means of payments, like, driving buy now, pay later products, and also helping to design payments in the way that it suits customer needs. Then in terms of our market expansion strategy, we've also introduced our product to new markets. We are live in Ghana, Sierra Leone, Uganda, Tanzania, East Africa, and other African countries. So here, I will speak to the entire credit card overview, right? Benefits of issuing a credit card. We all know that, credit is, the new big thing, right? So there are, in terms of revenue and growing and scaling as a business, there are additional revenue lines that you earn from issuing credit cards aside the typical, cards that you issue that are hugely regulated. So as an issuer, you get to earn additional revenue lines. Of course, you have to grow your card base, and you differentiate your product. And also, while we are also trying to look at these other segments, we look at meeting customers and giving them, competitive costs that will work with their projections. So feel free to come to us, talk to us. We're able to give you a pricing that will work or suit your need. In terms of other opportunities we have, right? The issuers will have opportunities to integrate to other channels. In addition to the channels they have, they can also partner with other institutions to be able to, scale their credit card issuing business. Then product diversification is also a subset of our virtual credit card issuing, where, in addition to you using your virtual card to consummate transactions, you're also able to, access your line of credit using your existing instrument, that's your debit card. So please, if you're interested, we know that it's something that is also going to excite you in expanding your portfolio. Please talk to us. Omni-channel infrastructure is one, advanced suite infrastructure that, you have the access to the portal. As fintechs, you can connect directly to us. You use our APIs, right? All you need, I will speak to that in subsequent slides, where essentially what you need is to maintain an account with a sponsor bank. However, you come to us, you have direct integrations with our APIs. Then we have optimum time to market, API-based product, like I've spoken earlier. Then also we have product customization. So we're able to help you design the product the way you want your product to work, not necessarily the standard product. We've worked with institutions where we have to give them products that help them to manage their accounting systems. We have, products that help institutions to also manage their corporate, their corporate expense portals. Then also, things like buy now, pay later, where customers want to break down their payments. So they want to have installmental payments on different transactions that they've done. So in addition to just having the standard products, we also work with, issuers, our partners, to be able to create, a product that suits their need. And that's, the advantage of the system we have, because, it's quite dependable. We can build interfaces to build new, capabilities into the system. So I'll just breeze through the capabilities. I know that I've spoken to most of these things, but in addition to credit card offering, we also, drive prepaid cards offering, but I will just, focus on, the loyalty cards that we're able to drive on using the infrastructure. I've spoken on buy now, pay later and virtual cards. Then corporate expense cards and multi-currency cards. So multi-currency cards is, the card initiative where you're able to, spend in different currencies. So you have one card and the card is able to spend in different currencies. So I will go back to here. So for fraud management, what we've done, I know a couple of my colleagues have spoken on fraud. So what we've done for fraud management is that we have a tool that helps to preempt transactions based on global use standards, and we're able to set conditions and risk profiles within the system to help manage fraud. Then in addition to that, we also allow the customers to set risk controls, right, that will help manage your transactions. So if you want to have full card control, you define it as part of your product requirements, and we're able to, control, block your transactions, alert you when fraudulent transactions are happening. So that's, part of the capabilities that we have. Report management, our suite is robust. We have standard reports. Then we are also able to design, design reports. So you're able to design your reports the way you want, and we are able to customize that for you. Then other card management services that we have. I know a couple of my colleagues have spoken on dispute resolution and, other things like statement management, giving you a portal to manage your cards are, some of the things that we offer. Then here, I will just speak on, the advisory service that we offer. And an interesting part of it is that for lending institution and nano-lending segments, what we do is we have seen institutions come to us. They don't have a knowledge of how a credit card system works, how they are going to design their profile to suit their need. So what we do is that we handhold them. We take them through that process. We tell them all of the things that it entails to manage their program. And, we take them through this, the step process end to end for them to be able to, define and launch their product. So that's part of what we offer, where we're able to guide customers and, essentially just help them to define the products, even customers that do not have, an idea of what they are looking for. So these are some of the issuing capabilities. So, we have physical and virtual card issuing. Then you can also partner with banks to be able to co-brand and, drive or create your own program. Then for API services, we have a whole suite of APIs to help you with, transactions, card issuing, card management and statement generation, funding your cards and other activities. Then, in addition to that, you have access to the workplace portal. So the system is like you have a full interface within your end. You're able to manage your customers' interactions, on first level. So we have access to the system that will help you do all of this at your environment. So this, I'll rush through this. It's just an architecture that shows how, all of the systems are connected, from the issuing side to the card management, infrastructure, that's the CMS. Then, the smart card system that processes the card, that does the data enrichment, and the Presto Bureau that prints the card for, customers that are interested in physical card issuing. Then on the transactional level, so customers, just the typical flow of how transactions are processed from the terminal, through up to, the issuer to Transaxis and, how the transaction connects to your core banking application. Then speaking to the core banking application, I'll just speak briefly on that to show that, how we interact with your core banking application is that we can integrate. In addition to that, we can also use APIs to interact or use files, which is like the typical standard that customers are using, especially, for customers who are more sophisticated. They also, use APIs to connect directly to their core banking application. So here, for the model that we run, right, transactions are not authorized on your core banking application. We authorize the transactions on the CMS. So what we do is that we have an interaction between the CMS and, the bank or the MFB's core banking application so as to, interact in terms of transactions and also, card issuing and funding. So I believe this is my last slide that speaks to, next steps after this engagement. I can take questions. I'm here. So we can have other conversations on how to take things forward. Part of the things that are, critical for, banks, partners who are not banks and who do not have, financial institutions. So essentially, who are not financial institutions in the sense that they're not commercial banks, right? Because commercial banks already have licenses to operate and licenses to either hold funds or, lending licenses. What we do is that, we have partners that we work with that can help with, that we, leverage for BIN sponsorship and also for settlement of transactions. So, if you're a lending institution, if you're a fintech and MFB, please feel free to talk to us and come to us, and together we'll be able to create a product that suits your need. Thank you so much, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Chika. So Chika will be available at the back to take questions. I think we have another product presentation. Thank you. Coming up. We are Interswitch. It is what we do. Products and products and products. We will bombard you such that there's nothing you will be doing that you will not be using Interswitch. There's nothing you want to do as a technology company. You must use Interswitch's products. So I'll call up Onyechi. Onyechi for your product presentation. While Onyechi comes up, just to let us know that some people are having difficulties submitting their information on the QR code. Engineers are here and they are working on it already. And also to let you know that we have lunch available. So please relax. Lunch is secure. Once we're done, we're going to be moving into the main restaurant and everybody's going to get lunch. So please do not rush out after the presentations. We also have an awards ceremony coming up, but we'll take all that very fast. I'm waiting for Onyechi. Is Onyechi here? Please run up, run up, run up. Come and use my own microphone. All right, let's put our hands together so Nyechi takes the stage. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope we've been enjoying ourselves so far. My name is Onyechi, like I was introduced earlier. And today I'll be discussing with you about some of our digital solutions that will help your business. So whether you're a fintech, a microfinance bank, a government agency, Interswitch is going to make sure that your business scale quickly using some of our digital services. Okay, please just give us a few seconds to bring the slide up. So while the slide is coming up, I'll be taking you through our digital solutions. The first one is Enterprise Reward. So we are almost entering November. Today is the last day of October. And as we start approaching the festive period, you get to see that a lot of transactions start to happen. People want to make purchases ahead of the Christmas period. People want to ensure that, before the spike in prices kicks in, they've purchased food stuff, they've purchased maybe their tickets to wherever destination they plan to travel during the festive period. All of these purchases are usually happening. And that's why as we start to approach the end of the year, transactions are high. And this is a strategic period when you, as an institution, can take advantage of the festive period that we're about going into. And what can you do? So today you have outlined as part of your budget that for the month of November, I want to be able to have made 1 billion naira. I want to have been able to enroll 1 million customers. I want to have be able to launch so and so product. In order to incentivize people to choose you out of all the so many options that are available out there, one of the strategic means to do that is to reward. Sometimes you have to spend money to make money. And one of those, that's way, like, I don't know if you remember when USSD was new in Nigeria. And although people were using USSD, but there was no noise about it. So people were not even familiar with how USSD operation works. And before you know what was happening, GT Bank stormed the market and took over. You started hearing 737. If you are entering a bus, you're hearing the 737 code, all of those things. They spent heavily to create that awareness of that product. And they got more than, their investment, even more than what they anticipated to get. Now, USSD is everywhere. Everybody understands how to use USSD and all of that. So sometimes, if you want to achieve strategic initiative and strategic goals, you may need to put money out there. And this is by incentivizing your customer to make certain decisions that will help you meet your own strategic objective. So I won't bore you with this information. You already understand Interswitch as a group. Please, next slide. Okay. So Vanzo is a subsidiary of Interswitch. Vanzo is short for Value Added Network Solution Nigeria Limited, and they are licensed to provide you USSD and SMS gateway services. So whether you want USSD to scale your business, today you can be a microfinance institution here in Abuja or a government agency here in Abuja, but your customers have moved from Abuja to another location. Does that mean because of that change in location, they should no longer have access to your solutions? No. You want to make sure you digitalize your solution to make sure your customers, wherever they find themselves, they are continually able to access those solutions, make payments, get information on and create general awareness of new products that you are launching in the market. So Vanzo is that part of Interswitch, a subsidiary licensed to provide you USSD and SMS gateway services. So this slide just talks about USSD in a nutshell. For you to start a USSD session, you must have dialed star with numbers in between and end with hash. So on your phone today, if you pick up your phone and dial star, put random numbers in between and end with hash, you have started a USSD session. So USSD is basically sending a message, just like the way you send SMS notification, but this time around, you're getting response as a result of triggering or sending that dial. So today, we are able to provide you USSD gateway service across all the telcos in Nigeria today. And some of our customer base cut across commercial bank, government, microfinance bank, lottery, gaming and betting, fintechs, All of these customers, we currently have them on our USSD gateway. I would like to bring you on board if you are not currently there, so that you are able to expose and make your services accessible, reachable to all your customer base. As part of the things you'll be enjoying when you come on board our USSD solution is that, you'll be able to see your transaction engagement real time. You'll be able to have access to quick support, multi-tenancy, and all of that. And what will this give your own customers? What are the benefits your own customers will be deriving from the USSD service? DIY services that you could easily make available to your customers. Some people, when they want to open an account today, mass storm, or I think they call it mass storm, those things you do when you want to, my shoe is stuck. So when they are going for market storm, that's the word. They go with papers and biros and start issuing forms to customers in the marketplace. Oh, fill this, put your name here, your address, your this one, your that one. That's so manual. So with USSD, you can just tell them, dial *1234, and you are opening your account right there, instantly. They are getting an SMS. Your account number is 123456. It eliminates error. Because if I'm filling a form and I'm asked to provide my phone number, I can actually make mistake. And the implication of that mistake is that my notification will be going to a wrong person. Someone is seeing my transaction notification. Someone knows my balance. Someone can even use that opportunity to carry out fraud on my account. So one of the things that USSD will do for you is DIY services. Let customers do it themselves from the comfort of their home, their shops, their offices, wherever they find themselves. So it allows for DIY services like opening of accounts. It allows for acquisition. I've already explained that already. It allows your customers to access your financial services. It allows your customers to get information, updates real time, and you can use it for promotional services as well. What do you enjoy working with Interswitch? We are promising you high processing speed. So what this means is that today, if you dial some USSD code, you see, it's just rolling and rolling, you're waiting, no information, and then you get error at the end, right? We are telling you that we are one of the best in the industry provider for USSD today. So even if you go and meet network providers and say, please recommend to me a USSD gateway provider that is very good, one of the first names that will come out of their mouth is Vanzo. If they don't tell you Vanzo, they will tell you Interswitch, but we are still the same company. So we have high processing speed, ease of access, platform uptime and efficiency, effective support structure, high scalability. And what this means is that as your customer base starts to increase because you have now put your solution on USSD, at the time you went on USSD, you only had 10,000 customers. Before you know it, you're having 1 million customers. We are assuring you that as you start to scale, due to the digitalization of your services, you don't have any reason to worry because we are able to cater to that number that you have scaled to. And we have very strict messaging security on our platform to ensure that via VPN connection, all the traffic that go through our gateway is very secured. Okay, I won't bore you with this, but this is just a back-end overview of what it's like on USSD. When a user dials the code, they are here. You and I, we have phone. When we dial a USSD code, your network provider receives it first, sends it to Vanzo, our gateway, and we send it to the bank, to the Fintech, to the government agency, whoever is at this point, and they respond to us with the feedback. We send it to the telco, and the customer sees the notification on their phone. We do customization of menu, so there's no one screen fits all. If you are a government agency and you want to expose your services on USSD, we are going to work with you to build customized screens. So if a customer dials 1234 hash and you're a government agency, whatever menu item you want them to see, we'll customize it for you. If you're a fintech, you want to expose your services on USSD, whatever you want customers to see, we'll customize it for you. If you're an MFB, whatever is customizable, no one screen fits all. So we're able to work with you to ensure that your screen are relatable to your customer base and are easily accessible. All right, this still further explains how it works. You dial, we receive it from the telco, we send it to you, back and forth until the transaction is completed via USSD. I've mentioned that our gateway have high performance, we are highly scalable and reliable. We have built-in fault tolerance systems in place to make sure that, we don't have issues, or we highly minimize issues of downtime on our gateway. So you can rest assured that when you come on board, if you are not yet on board, that you'll be enjoying very good support system and message security. Additionally, I would like to stress that we support third-party integration. So I know that some of you work with different third parties. For instance, a third party can be providing you your core banking application. And you may be worried that, oh, because I'm not using Interswitch core banking, am I going to be able to work with their USSD? Yes, we are not like that. So if you are using third-party application, even on USSD, we can allow you to integrate such applications and all of that. We host your code, we extend it to all the telcos. We can even give you value-added services, which means if you want the USSD to come with airtime purchase, bills payment, all of those value-added services, we are able to provide it today. We help you acquire your short code. So if you say, I don't want to use Interswitch short code, I want to get my own as a government agency. I want to get my own as a fintech. I want to get my own USSD code as a microfinance bank. We will help you get your own code from the regulators, NCC, and make sure we set it up for your customers to be able to access your services. We host your code on our platform, and we provide you other gateway services as well. Our services come with dashboard, so you are able to see how engagements are happening real time. Oh, from this dashboard display here, you can see that engagement was highest at 11 a.m. So if you're a fintech, government agency, or a microfinance looking at the engagement on your USSD platform, you can now use this report to see the time and make decisions. So you know that if you want to make an update, a change, it's better you make an update or change on your platform when engagement is lowest than interfering with the system when engagement is at its peak. So you get real-time report system when you come on board our platform. In fact, the reporting comes with other additional information like customer's phone number, customer's network, the dates the customer dialed the code, how long the customer spent on the session, nitty-gritty information that you usually require to make decisions internally. All of this is available on our gateway today. And this brings me to the end of the USSD presentation. And I'll now quickly go into our SMS presentation as well. Do we have the SMS slide? Hello, Christine. Can you share the SMS slide if they don't have it? Okay. I can just talk through our SMS service. But before I go into SMS, I want to introduce to you something innovative that is not readily available out there, and that is our offline solution. What does offline solution mean? Making transaction offline without requiring internet data connectivity. Today, I realize that most of us that are tech savvy, we have one app or the other, whether it's your Instagram, Facebook, whatever application you have currently downloaded on your smartphone. You know that all these applications that you have downloaded, the mobile apps that you have on your phone, you require internet data to log into any of them. So if you don't have internet connectivity, you cannot access your Instagram. You cannot access your Facebook. You cannot access your Snapchat and all of those other applications that you have. But how about I tell you that you can actually log into mobile application for your business without internet data connectivity? Witchcraft, right? But it's actually possible. So today, we have a solution called offline services that allow you to make available to your customers access to your mobile application without leveraging internet data. So how that is possible is that application will be logged into leveraging our USSD infrastructure. You understand that already for USSD, you don't require internet to use USSD. So it's the same technology that powers USSD that will be powering your mobile application. So your users, if they find themselves in a network challenged location where they do not have strong network, maybe it's 2G, and the app you want to log into require you to have 4G, 5G, and all of those strong network connections, you don't have to worry anymore. So tell your customers, oh yes, just switch to offline mode. By switching into offline mode, it will enable them carry out that transaction without internet data. So I'm sorry that we're having issues portraying that slide, but yes, we have such solution. Okay, it's coming up. Okay. So yes, that's something we have. So if it's something you're interested in, please reach out to any of our contacts. They will link you up with my team. We'll be able to run you through how that particular solution, offline solution for your mobile application, how it works. Lastly, before I go, I also like to mention our SMS solution. So today we provide SMS, instant notification. As customers are making transactions, imagine you making transaction and then you cannot see your balance. You know how worrisome that can be. You'll be shouting, GT Bank has not sent me my balance since 2 hours ago, and all of that, So in order to make sure that as you are able to provide services to your customers, they get instant notification on their balance or on the services or on the transaction that they have carried out. And that's one of the things we provide. We provide instant SMS notification to your customers as soon as they are concluding transaction. So if it's something you're interested in, I want to let you know that we are also one of the best in the industry today for SMS delivery as well. And let me now brag about our additional messaging solution. It's called RCS for short, but the full name is Rich Communication Service. I call it SMS Pro Max. So you know how you buy iPhone, and they'll say this one is normal iPhone and this one is iPhone Pro Max. So this solution, RCS, Rich Communication Service, is SMS Pro Max. So what's the difference between RCS and SMS? The difference is that RCS comes with more. And I'm going to explain the more to you. So today you receive SMS, it's plain text. Debit alert, 50 naira. Balance, 50 naira. That's what you see, it's just plain text messaging. But imagine seeing a notification on your phone that comes with pictures, that comes with video clips, that allows you to swipe to see even several pictures that are available. So what this does for a fintech, an MFB, or even a government agency, is that you can leverage RCS solution. Imagine, today, if you go through people's phone, they will have notification that they've not opened. Some people's phone here, if we go through your phone, you'll see 100 unopened messages. And that's because, those messages doesn't, you just be like, na GT Bank and their adverts, or na First Bank and their, all those things. But if it comes with pictorial display, if it comes with video, it tends to grab your attention because people are more visual. So once they can see something exciting, it captures their attention. And that's the reason, that's the play that RCS brings to all of this. So with RCS messaging, it allows you market your solution and put it in the presence and the eye and the front reminder of people's consciousness, so that your notification, your messages, your product and services are at the fore of people's mind when they think about such services. So our RCS notification comes with pictures, comes with videos, and very interestingly, it comes with your logo. So you receive your message from your bank, let's say First Bank. You just see First Bank alert. But this time around, if RCS was sending that message, you are seeing First Bank logo. So what that does for me as the end user is that it assures me that this is not a fraudulent message. Because everybody can actually, I can send you a message, I can say, oh, I'm from your bank, send me your PIN, your ATM PIN and all of that. So you start to wonder, is this GT Bank that sent me this message? Am I sure it's from a right source? But with RCS, because now it's coming with logo and it's coming with verification tick. I don't know if you are familiar with social media, you know that celebrities have a tick on their profile that lets you know that this is the authentic page of that celebrity. Because you can actually maybe type Beyonce, you see 100 Beyonce pages. But if you want to know the real Beyonce's page, it's the one that has blue tick that shows that this has been authenticated by maybe Instagram or Facebook. So RCS has that authentication that lets you know that this notification is coming from a genuine, authentic, verified source. So it has that. That's why I call it SMS Pro Max. It has a lot. And it has call to action notification. So what call to action means is that by the time you receive the message, you see, click on our app, click this thing to download app, click this thing to access our website. All of these are available. So I've talked about 4 different products. I've talked about instant messaging, like your regular SMS and RCS. I've talked about USSD. I've talked about our reward solution if you want to reward customers. So for instance, as Christmas is coming, you want more people to open accounts with you, you want more people to transact, you can say, make 5 transactions and win ABC. Make 2 transactions and win airtime. make 5 transactions and win, whatever reward, just to allow people, motivate people to take certain action. So we have that product available. So if you are interested in our reward solution, SMS solution, RCS solution, USSD solution, offline solution, all of these are the digital solutions we have available, and we'll be able to run you through what it will take to onboard. So thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Onyechi. Thank you. So, Onyechi is available at the back. Olawale is available. Fabio is available. Chijoke is available. Chika is available. They all came up with products, presentations. So please do well to speak with them after the event, make your inquiries, ask questions, and the likes. So just to let us know that the glitches you're experiencing with the barcode have been sorted out. So if you go to location, you can select Abuja now, and then the submit button as well has been enabled. So please do well to go back, scan, and ensure that you submit. All right. Quickly, we will be going into the very interesting parts. At Interswitch, we reward people, right? Our partnership is very rewarding. And what we'll be going into now is the award presentation. We want to recognize, we recognize everyone, but again, there are some ones out of the ones that we want to present awards to today. So I'll be calling on Ogechi, Okwechime, and Suliat Aliyu to take up these presentations, right? Thomas and Ayo, please come forward as well. Thomas, Ayo, we'll be needing you as well. Thank you. Please let me have another microphone. Please let's put our hands together for them as we go through this.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the award segment of today's event, where we're going to be awarding our exceptional customers and partners in the North region. And this is basically for us to show our appreciation to them for their unparalleled dedication in doing business with us over the years. And also, there are a lot of initiatives that they brought to us that we've worked on together that has added value to both our businesses. So we're going to be celebrating them today. But before we get into that, let me just quickly mention that we have a robust partnership program at Interswitch in case you want to partner with us. So whether you want to become a reseller of our solutions, or you want to be an aggregator to serve your own customers, or maybe you even just want to explore new regions or new markets together with us, we are always open to engaging. And a partnership with Interswitch comes with many benefits. I'm sure you've already seen all the solutions that my colleagues have presented. You get to have access to those world-class technology solutions to serve your customers, to grow your customer base. And we offer solutions not only for the financial services sector. We have solutions for many other sectors, including transportation, oil and gas, health, just to name it. We have the solution, and we are open to partnering with you on that. And even beyond that, you get to have access to our incentives and other rewards that we have for you to be able to grow and expand your business. So we're always open to partnership. Do reach out to us. The banners over here has contact information on how you can contact us to discuss partnership engagement. So now, without further ado, we're going to move on to the award segment to celebrate our champions. Please, as we're calling the awardees, let's do well to honor them with a well-deserved round of applause. So my colleague here, Ayotani Mowo and Thomas, are going to be receiving and taking beautiful pictures with our awardees. Welcome, sir. Okay, Oremi, Oremi, you have to join us. Oremi is our Chief Customer Success Officer. Thank you. Please give her a round of applause as she comes on stage again. Okay, so moving into the awards, the first category of awards for outstanding performance would be the top performing microfinance bank. So Oge would announce our winners for this category.
Okay, thank you. So the winners are in no particular orders. We'll just call out their names. For the first is Nisal Microfinance Bank. Please keep clapping. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Next is Save Heaven Microfinance Bank.
Please give them a round of applause as they make their way to the stage.
Okay, they're here. Next is Tal Microfinance Bank. Oh, Michael. Asal Microfinance Bank. I don't think they have. They're here. If they have any representative here.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. We're going to send ourselves our word over to them.
Okay, the next category.
Okay, so the next category of today's award is top performing technology partners. So Oge is going to announce our winners, and let's do well to honor them with a resounding round of applause. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have Interliwas Micro Technology Limited. I don't know if they're here. Yes, ma'am.
We know.
Next, we have PayShort Technologies. PayShort Technologies. Are they here? Can somebody else speak on that? Yeah. Okay, next we have Visual ICT. So the next one is my shoe. I can't move my shoes. Yeah. Next, we have Moneta Technologies Limited.
Please give Monitor a round of applause.
Okay, the next category.
Okay, so the last category of today's award is top performing government institutions. These are the sector that has done a lot of business with us over the years, and this is also appreciating them as well. Okay, let's have our winners.
So we have, first on the list, we have Kaduna State Governments. Yeah? Oh, okay. Where is it? Where's my name? So we have a representative from Moneta. Please come forward, please. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So FIRS is not here. So FIRS is not here. Who's going to receive it? So last on the list, we have FIRS. We understand they are not here.
But please let's also give them a round of applause. All right, so for FIRS, we're going to be sending the award to their office. Congratulations once again to all our winners. Let's all give them a round of applause, please.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Please let's put our hands together for ourselves. I mean, a lot of us came in here before 9 a.m. and we have been here. And I'm happy to announce that it is lunch time. Right? However, before we go for lunch, we are going to take our closing remarks. Right? Ayo, are you ready for the closing remarks? Please, before these closing remarks, please now, so that when I go back, Oreme will not ask me, Tina, where is the feedback? Please scan the codes. I'm coming round again. Scan the codes. It's working fine now. You can submit. So please just scan. You can select your location, Abuja, and then click the submit button. That's the evidence that I came here. Please make sure you scan the code. You can submit. Now somebody here was complaining that there is Abuja. Scan it again. Just try again. There is Abuja. There is Abuja, right? There is Abuja. Please scan it again. Ayo, closing remarks, please, so that people can go and have this wonderful lunch. Let me just quickly let us know how we are going out for lunch, right? Abuja wowed us. The crowd wowed us. We had to make more arrangements. That's Interswitch. You cannot take us by surprise. We are ready for you. So please, I think the first 2 rows would have lunch here. If you're sitting after the first 2 rows, our brand ambassadors will be just there at the door to take you to the main restaurants. You know, we want you to relax and be taken care of. Relax while you sit to eat. This place will be choked up if everybody has to go to the back to take their meals. So please, the first 2 rows will sit here and have their lunch. If you're sitting behind the first 2 rows, follow our brand ambassadors to the restaurants for your lunch. Thank you, everybody. Your closing remarks, please, quickly.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure we've had some great sessions this morning, this afternoon. And I'd like us to appreciate ourselves for being patient and also for the great insights that we've all tapped into today. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. If you have learned anything here today or a value has been deposited into you today, please give yourself a round of applause. Our Chief Customer Success Officer, let me reveal something. The first staff that Interswitch ever had is this Oreme Yaka. Can you give her a round of applause? The first staff in Interswitch is this. I want to appreciate every one of us. We are so delightful having you and hosting you here this afternoon. This is the 4th edition of TechConnect. And I'm sure that we'll keep getting better by the day. Last year, we had very wonderful turnout. And we thought that we needed to give you some taste of the Asokoro this year. And that was what informed us coming here this year. Next year, don't be surprised that we'll be taking you out of Nigeria. It is possible. Everything is possible in Interswitch. So I want to thank every one of us. Thank you so much. The crew that put up this place. Thank you. Our brand ambassadors, my colleagues from Lagos. Thank you so much. All the microfinance banks that came in, I have some microfinance banks that travel all the way from Kaduna, ABU Microfinance Bank. Thank you so much. Cash Bridge Microfinance Bank, Benista, Asal, Nisa Microfinance Bank. I have wonderful financial technology partners in here, Evan, Callphone, Monitor Technologies, wonderful people. And I have some other wonderful guys here, Dynatech. I can't mention all of you. MoneyMates. I'm seeing some beautiful faces here. Thank you all so much. You have been so awesome. Thank you. I'm not going to delay you much because lunch needs to be served right now. And I'm hoping to see you next year. If you are going to be here for TechConnect 5.0, please let me see your hands up. Can you give yourself a round of applause once again? Thank you so much. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you so much.
All right, like announced earlier, from third row, the brand ambassadors will lead you out. Please also note that alongside lunch, you would also have our branded gifts presented to every one of you. So if they give you lunch, they don't give you your gift pack. Just ask. It's yours to take. Thank you.
In a humble university dorm room, where the weight of the dark put a strain on our hands, a stain on the sheet where we mapped out our plans, but innovation lit our eyes with a fire. To blaze the trail, to change Africa. One solution, one transaction at a time. Our ears listen to the chime, the buzzing tune of bright ideas. We stretched out our hands, and remember what we did? We flipped the switch. We flipped the switch, it was no ordinary motion. It was to herald a new notion. It is a champion's charge, your invitation to stand on our shoulders. It is your time for elevation. So go ahead, flip that switch, build that business, scale that hitch. Africa's future is waiting on us, and what looks like the sky is only the dew. We are on the brink of something new, because at Interswitch, we never stop. So you don't.